Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am so excited you're here because today we're diving deep with a What Spirit Knows About Your Path reading. It's going to be an in-depth psychic reading to help guide you, and I'm just feeling such good vibes about it. I hope you are too. So glad you're joining me. Let's make this a safe and welcoming space for everyone. This reading is all about uncovering those hidden gems and getting a clearer picture of where you're headed, It's designed to tap into what Spirit already knows about the amazing journey you're on. We'll be looking at potential opportunities, inner harmony, your core purpose, and any limiting beliefs holding you back. Pretty cool, right? I'm so excited to get started. So let's get into the piles. First up, we have this gorgeous Labradorite heart, representing clarifying energy. This pile is all about illuminating hidden potential and discovering those dormant gifts ready to guide you. Next, we have this beautiful moonstone tree for balancing. This pile focuses on cultivating inner harmony and finding greater equilibrium to nurture your growth. Then, we have this radiant lapis lazuli sun for grounding. This pile is all about anchoring you to your purpose with unwavering clarity. Finally, we have this protective smoky quartz dragon for nurturing. This pile is about releasing those limiting beliefs with support and embracing your true potential. Go ahead and take a moment to really feel which pile you're drawn to. Trust your intuition here. There's no right or wrong answer. Maybe you're drawn to multiple, and that's totally okay too. Take what resonates. And now, let's all take a deep breath and make a little wish or intention for clarity and guidance on our paths. I'm sending you all so much love and positive energy as we dive in. Okay, you chose the Labradorite heart. That's all about clarifying, which is perfect because this reading is all about illuminating hidden potential. We're diving into what dormant gifts are ready to awaken and guide your path forward, so get ready for some major clarity. All right, let's jump right into these cards. We've got the Knight of Cups, the Four of Swords, and the Six of Swords. Immediately, I'm getting a sense of movement, stillness, and then more movement, but a different kind of movement. It's a journey for sure, and it involves both action and reflection. So exciting. Let's start with the Knight of Cups. Oh, the Knight of Cups. Such a romantic, such a dreamer, sometimes a little bit of a head in the clouds kind of energy, This knight is all about emotions, creativity, and following your heart. He's the guy who's going to show up with flowers and write you a poem, or, start a band because he feels like it. He's very in tune with his feelings, maybe too in tune sometimes. But that's part of his charm, right? So what does this mean for you and your hidden potential? Well, I think it's saying that you have a real gift for connecting with your emotions and expressing them in creative ways. Maybe you've always been drawn to art, music, writing, or anything that allows you to tap into that emotional wellspring. Or maybe it's not necessarily about traditional art forms. Maybe it's about your ability to connect with other people on a deep level, to empathize with their experiences, and to offer them comfort and support. You might be a natural healer, a great listener, or just someone who makes people feel seen and understood. The thing about the Knight of Cups is that he's not always the most practical person. He can get so caught up in his feelings that he forgets to think about the consequences of his actions. He might make impulsive decisions based on his emotions, and sometimes those decisions don't work out so well. He can be a bit naive, a bit idealistic, and a bit prone to disappointment when reality doesn't live up to his expectations. So that's something to keep in mind. It's not just about embracing the romantic, creative side of yourself, but also about grounding it in reality. Think about it this way. Maybe you have a brilliant idea for a new business, something that you're really passionate about. The Knight of Cups would say, go for it. Follow your heart. Don't let anything stop you. And that's great, but you also need to think about things like, market research, funding, and all the other practical details that go into starting a business. You can't just rely on your passion alone. Or maybe you're drawn to a new relationship, someone who seems amazing and perfect. The Knight of Cups would say, this is it. This is the one. I'm in love. But you also need to take things slow, get to know the person, and make sure that they're actually a good fit for you. You can't just let your emotions carry you away without thinking about the long-term implications. So, the key here is to find a balance between your emotions and your intellect, between your idealism and your practicality. Embrace your creativity, follow your heart, but also be mindful of the world around you. Don't let your emotions cloud your judgment, and don't be afraid to ask for help or advice when you need it. I feel like some of you might have been told that you're too sensitive or too emotional in the past. And maybe you've tried to suppress those feelings to become more logical and rational. But this card is telling you that your emotions are a gift, not a curse. They're a source of strength, creativity, and connection. Don't be afraid to embrace them, but learn to manage them wisely. I think that's huge. Maybe, just maybe, your hidden potential lies in helping others connect with their emotions. Perhaps you could be a therapist, a counselor, a coach, or simply a friend who's always there to listen and offer support. Or maybe you could use your creative talents to inspire others, to create art that evokes emotions and promotes healing. The Knight of Cups is also about taking action, about putting your feelings into motion. It's not enough to just sit around and dream about things. You need to get out there and make them happen. This could mean pursuing a new career path, starting a new project, or simply taking small steps to express yourself more authentically. What feels true to you, deep down? And remember, it's okay to make mistakes. The Knight of Cups is not perfect. He learns from his experiences, both good and bad. So don't be afraid to take risks, to try new things, and to fail along the way. Every experience is a learning opportunity, a chance to grow and evolve. Seriously, I think a lot of you are being called to step into your power, to own your sensitivity, and to use your emotional intelligence to make a positive impact on the world. This is a huge part of what you're here to do. You're not meant to be a wallflower, hiding in the shadows. You're meant to shine your light brightly and share your gifts with the world. Okay, so that's the Knight of Cups. But what about the Four of Swords? That's where things get really interesting because it's such a contrast, right? This card is all about rest, recuperation, and stepping back from the action. It's about taking a break from the chaos of the world and finding some peace and quiet. So, how does this relate to the Knight of Cups? Well, I think it's saying that you can't be on all the time. You can't constantly be pouring out your emotions and energy without taking time to recharge. The Knight of Cups is so enthusiastic and passionate, but he can also burn out easily if he's not careful. He needs to learn how to pace himself, to take breaks when he needs them, and to prioritize his own well-being. The Four of Swords is a reminder that it's okay to slow down, to disconnect from the world, and to focus on your inner self. It's a time for reflection, for contemplation, and for allowing yourself to heal. Maybe you've been feeling overwhelmed, stressed out, or just plain exhausted. This card is telling you that it's time to take a step back and give yourself some space to breathe. You deserve it. I feel like some of you might be resistant to this idea. You might feel like you always need to be doing something, that you can't afford to take a break. You might worry that if you slow down, you'll fall behind or miss out on something important. But the truth is, you'll be more effective and productive in the long run if you take the time to rest and recharge. Think of it like this. You can't drive a car without gas, and you can't run a marathon without training. Similarly, you can't live a fulfilling life without taking care of your physical, emotional, and mental health. The Four of Swords is your permission slip to prioritize your well-being. It's an invitation to step away from the noise and find some stillness within. This is key. Maybe this means taking a vacation, spending time in nature, meditating, or simply curling up with a good book. It could also mean setting boundaries with people who drain your energy, saying no to commitments that don't serve you, and creating more space in your life for things that bring you joy. You get to choose what rest looks like for you. I also feel like this card is about mental clarity. When you're constantly bombarded with information and stimulation, it can be hard to think clearly and make good decisions. The Four of Swords is a time to quiet your mind, to clear out the clutter, and to gain some perspective. This is really important when unlocking hidden potential, because how can you unlock what's hidden if you can't even hear it? Maybe you've been struggling with a difficult problem or decision. The The Four of Swords is telling you that the answer will come to you more easily when you're relaxed and centered. Take some time to clear your head, and the solution will become clear. It's like allowing the mudded water to settle so you can actually see what's at the bottom, Sometimes, the Four of Swords can also indicate a need for healing. Maybe you've been through a difficult experience that's left you feeling wounded or traumatized. This card is telling you that it's time to allow yourself to heal, to process your emotions, and to release any pain or baggage that you're carrying. You have to let it go. This could involve seeking therapy, joining a support group, or simply spending time with loved ones who make you feel safe and supported. It's important to remember that healing is a process, and it takes time. Be patient with yourself, and don't be afraid to ask for help when you need it. We all need help sometimes, seriously. But here's the kicker. The Four of Swords isn't just about resting and healing. It's also about preparing for the next stage of your journey. It's about gathering your strength, clarifying your intentions, and aligning yourself with your goals. It's like taking a pit stop during a race, so you can refuel and get ready to finish strong. You've got this. And that leads us to the Six of Swords. Oh, this card. I love this card because it signifies moving on, transitioning to calmer waters, and leaving behind something that's no longer serving you. It's that feeling of finally exhaling after holding your breath for too long. So, how does this connect with the Knight of Cups and the Four of Swords? Well, I think it's saying that you're moving away from a situation that was draining your energy and preventing you from fully expressing your creative and emotional gifts. You've taken the time to rest and reflect, and now you're ready to embark on a new chapter. Maybe you were stuck in a job that didn't fulfill you, a relationship that was toxic, or a living situation that was stifling your growth. The Six of Swords is telling you that it's time to leave those things behind and move towards something better. It's time to create a life that supports your authentic self and allows you to thrive. This card often depicts a boat carrying people away from a stormy shore towards calmer waters. It's a visual representation of leaving behind the difficulties and challenges of the past and moving towards a more peaceful and harmonious future. It's a journey, but a necessary one. I feel like some of you might be hesitant to leave behind what's familiar, even if it's not good for you. You might be afraid of the unknown, worried about what lies ahead. But the Six of Swords is telling you that you're strong enough to face whatever challenges come your way. You've already overcome so much, and you have the inner resources to create a better life for yourself. Seriously, think of it as decluttering your life, not just physically, but also emotionally and mentally. Getting rid of the things that are weighing you down, the things that are taking up space without adding value. It's making room for new opportunities, new experiences, and new relationships to enter your life. The Six of Swords can also represent a change in perspective. Maybe you're starting to see things differently, to understand yourself better, and to have more clarity about your goals and values. This shift in perspective is essential for moving forward and creating a life that's aligned with your true self. Perhaps you've gained some valuable insights during your period of rest and reflection. Maybe you've realized that you need to prioritize your own needs, to set boundaries with others, or to pursue your passions more fully. Whatever it is, you're now equipped with the knowledge and wisdom to make positive changes in your life. And here's the thing, the journey on the Six of Swords isn't always easy. There might be some bumps along the way, some moments of doubt or uncertainty. But the key is to keep moving forward, to trust in your intuition, and to believe that you're on the right path. Remember that the Knight of Cups is still with you, guiding you with his emotional intelligence and creative inspiration. And remember that you've taken the time to rest and recharge, so you're now equipped with the energy and clarity to navigate whatever challenges come your way. You are so prepared for this. This card isn't just about physical travel. It's also about an inner journey. It's about leaving behind old patterns of thinking and behaving and embracing new ways of being. It's about evolving, growing, and becoming the best version of yourself. It's about finally saying, yes, this is me. Okay, so we have the Knight of Cups' emotional passion, the Four of Swords' needed rest, and the Six of Swords' journey. You're integrating the energy of the Knight, healing, and then purposefully moving forward. This is huge for unlocking those dormant gifts that this reading is about. The Labradorite heart is going to give you clarity as you integrate. But what's next? Okay, so we have the Knight of Cups, the Four of Swords, the Six of Swords, and now Justice. Wow, okay, this is really interesting. Justice is all about balance, fairness, and like cause and effect, you know. It's about taking responsibility for your actions and understanding that everything you do has consequences, good or bad. It's about finding equilibrium, that perfect middle ground where everything just clicks. It's about truth prevailing, like seeing things as they really are, not how you want them to be. This card often shows up when there are legal matters involved, or when you're facing a big decision that requires careful consideration. But it's not just about legal stuff, you know? It's about karma, too. What you put out into the universe comes back to you, eventually. So if you've been acting with integrity and honesty, you can expect good things to come your way. But if you've been shady or dishonest, well, you might have to face the music, you know? So how does justice tie into the Knight of Cups, the Four of Swords, and the Six of Swords? That's where it gets really juicy. The Knight of Cups, with all his emotions and passion, can sometimes be a little impulsive, right? He just jumps in head first without thinking about the consequences. He might make promises he can't keep or get carried away by his feelings. Justice is saying, hold on a second. You need to think about the impact of your actions. Are you being fair to yourself and to others? It's about bringing some balance and rationality to the knight's emotional energy. It's about making sure that his actions are aligned with his values and that he's not just acting on a whim. You know, like, maybe the knight wants to quit his job and run off to Bali to become a yoga instructor. That's great. But he also needs to think about things like his finances, his responsibilities, and the impact his decision will have on his family. Justice is asking him to weigh the pros and cons, to consider all the angles, and to make a decision that's fair and responsible. Then we have the Four of Swords, which is all about rest and reflection. This card is about taking a break from the chaos of the world and going inward to find some peace and clarity. Justice is saying that this period of rest is crucial for understanding the consequences of your past actions. It's a time to reflect on your choices, to learn from your mistakes, and to make amends if necessary. You know, like, maybe you've been avoiding a difficult conversation with someone you've hurt. The Four of Swords is giving you the space to process your feelings and to prepare yourself to have that conversation in a fair and honest way. Justice is saying that it's time to take responsibility for your part in the situation and to work towards a resolution that's fair to everyone involved. And then there's the Six of Swords, that journey toward calmer waters. Justice is saying that this journey is not just about escaping the past, but also about learning from it. It's about carrying the lessons you've learned with you as you move forward and using them to create a better future. You know, like, maybe you're leaving behind a toxic relationship. The Six of Swords is helping you to move on and to heal from the experience. Justice is saying that it's important to understand why the relationship was toxic in the first place. What role did you play in the situation? What can you learn from it? And how can you avoid repeating the same patterns in the future? It's about taking responsibility for your own choices and using them to create healthier relationships in the future. This card is saying that you are not a victim of circumstance, you know. It's all connected. That's huge. But justice also has a shadow side, you know. It can be a harsh and unforgiving card. It can represent a time of reckoning, when you have to face the consequences of your actions, even if they're not pleasant. It can also represent a situation where you feel like you're being treated unfairly, where the scales of justice are tipped against you. Maybe you're facing a legal battle that seems impossible to win, or maybe you're dealing with someone who's being dishonest or manipulative. In these situations, it's important to remember that justice is not always about getting what you want. It's about getting what you deserve. And sometimes, what you deserve is not what you expect, you know. It's about learning to accept the consequences of your actions, even if they're painful. It's about finding peace with the past and moving forward with integrity. It's also about standing up for yourself and fighting for what's right, even when it's difficult. If you're being treated unfairly, justice is telling you to speak up, to assert your rights, and to seek a fair resolution. It's about finding your voice and using it to create a more just and equitable world. But remember, it's also about being fair to others. Don't let your anger or resentment cloud your judgment. Try to see the situation from all sides and to find a solution that's fair to everyone involved, you know? This card is about more than just getting yours. But the thing is, justice isn't just about passive acceptance. It's a call to action. It's telling you to take responsibility for your life and to create a world that's more fair and just. This starts with your own actions. Are you being honest and ethical in your dealings with others? Are you treating everyone with respect, regardless of their background or beliefs? Are you standing up for what's right, even when it's unpopular? Justice is asking you to examine your own behavior and to make sure that you're living in alignment with your values. It's also about taking action in the world around you. Are you supporting causes that you believe in? Are you speaking out against injustice? Are you using your voice to create positive change? Justice is telling you that you have the power to make a difference. You don't have to be a superhero or a revolutionary. You can start small by volunteering in your community, donating to a charity, or simply having conversations with people who have different perspectives than you. Every little bit helps, you know. Justice is about creating a ripple effect, where your actions inspire others to do the same, and together, you create a more just and equitable world. Remember that Knight of Cups energy? It is useful here. You care. So use that caring to create balance. Don't let the world jade you and make you feel as though you can't affect change. So, what does all of this mean for you and your hidden potential? Well, I think it's saying that your ability to create balance and fairness in your life and in the world is one of your greatest gifts. You have a natural sense of justice and a deep understanding of cause and effect. You're able to see things from multiple perspectives and to find solutions that are fair to everyone involved. This makes you a natural leader, a trusted advisor, and a powerful advocate for those who are being treated unfairly. I think it also means that you have a responsibility to use your gifts to create positive change in the world. Don't be afraid to speak up for what's right, to stand up for those who are being marginalized, and to fight for a more just and equitable world. You have the power to make a difference, you know, and the world needs your voice now more than ever. Maybe this means pursuing a career in law, politics, or social justice. Or maybe it means simply being a good friend, a supportive neighbor, and a responsible citizen. Whatever it means for you, justice is telling you to use your gifts to create a better world. Okay, so we've got the emotional Knight, the restful Four, the journey of the Six, and now the balancing act of justice. This is building up to something huge. You're learning to balance your emotions, understand your past, and take responsibility for your future. This Labradorite heart is really going to help you clarify what steps to take next. You know, you are so ready for this next step. I wonder what the next card will reveal about how to integrate all of this. Oh my gosh. Okay, wow, so we've got the emotional Knight, the restful Four, the journey of the Six, the balancing act of justice, and now the Eight of Cups. Oh wow. Okay, friend, this is like a journey of a journey, you know? Like we knew there was movement with the Six of Swords, but the Eight of Cups, this is deep movement. With that Labradorite heart to guide you, this card is all about walking away from something, but like, why? What's going on? This isn't just a little stroll. This is a deliberate departure. I'm so excited to see what this card really means for you, okay? Okay, so the Eight of Cups in general is like the card of walking away, right? You see this figure, all cloaked and stuff, walking away from these 8 cups. And it's usually interpreted as like leaving behind something that no longer fulfills you. Like emotionally, it's not feeding your soul anymore, you know? It can represent disappointment, disillusionment, like realizing that something you thought was amazing just isn't all that great, actually. It's about seeking something deeper, something more authentic. But like, how does this connect to everything else we've already seen? Well, we've had a lot of movement here. The Knight of Cups is all about emotions, right? But what happens when those emotions lead you down a path that ultimately leaves you feeling empty? Maybe the Knight's idealism, that very dreamy knight energy, has run smack dab into reality, and it just didn't work. And because of that justice card, I feel like someone literally will walk away from something because justice wasn't served. Maybe you were hopping for a certain outcome, something wonderful even, but it didn't materialize. The dream died. And because of that, you're ready to leave it behind and seek something new. Remember that Six of Swords? The calmer waters? Maybe those waters weren't as calm as you'd hoped. Maybe they looked calm from a distance, but up close they were still turbulent, or maybe even worse, maybe they were just stagnant, not turbulent, not exciting, just blah. So the Eight of Cups is like, nope, I'm out. I'm going to find waters that actually resonate with me. And remember that Four of Swords, that rest and reflection. Maybe during that quiet time, you realized that something was fundamentally missing, that the path you were on just wasn't aligned with your true self. Maybe that rest helped you realize things weren't working. It's almost like the universe gave you a timeout to really think about what your soul needs, and now you're answering that call. This could mean leaving a relationship, a job, a living situation. Anything that's no longer serving your highest good, you know. But let's dig a little deeper, okay? Why would someone walk away from those cups? What's the real reason? Is it disappointment? Did something not live up to your expectations? Was there a betrayal of some kind? Did someone break your trust? Maybe those cups represent something you poured your heart and soul into, something you were really passionate about. But over time, it just lost its sparkle. The passion faded, and you were left feeling empty and disillusioned. The Knight of Cups, remember, is so full of enthusiasm and excitement. But what happens when that enthusiasm wanes? What happens when the dream turns sour? Maybe you invested so much emotionally, but didn't get the return you were hoping for. Like, you gave and gave and gave, but got nothing back in return. Or maybe you realized that the thing you were pursuing was never really what you wanted in the first place. That you were chasing someone else's dream, not your own. The Four of Swords shows you what you need. Maybe those cups represent a path that was chosen for you, not by you. A path that was imposed on you by family, society, or some other external force. And now, you're finally ready to break free and forge your own path, even if it means walking away from everything you've ever known. Or maybe, those cups represent a past version of yourself. A version that you've outgrown. A version that no longer resonates with who you are today. And you're walking away from that old self in order to embrace a new, more authentic version of yourself. You know. But here's the thing, friend. Walking away isn't always easy, right? It can be scary, and it can be filled with doubt. The Eight of Cups has a shadow side, too. What if you're making the wrong decision? What if you're running away from something that could actually be good for you? What if you're just afraid of commitment? What if you're going to regret this later? These are all valid concerns, you know? It takes courage to walk away from something familiar, even if it's not fulfilling. It's like stepping into the unknown without a map or a compass. And that can be terrifying. You might worry about what other people will think. Will they judge you? Will they understand your decision? Will they think you're crazy? You might also worry about the practical implications. How will you support yourself? Where will you go? What will you do next? These are all legitimate questions, and it's important to address them. But don't let your fear paralyze you. Don't let it prevent you from taking the steps you need to take in order to create a life that's truly aligned with your soul. This is where the Labradorite heart comes in, okay? You need to tap into that clarifying energy and really ask yourself what's driving this decision. Are you walking away out of fear or out of courage? Are you running away from something, or are you running towards something better? Is this a step forward or a step backward? You know, but what if walking away is actually a strength? What if it's a sign of courage and self-respect? What if it's the most empowering thing you can do for yourself? Think about it this way. You deserve to be happy, right? You deserve to be fulfilled. You deserve to live a life that's aligned with your values and your passions. And if something is preventing you from doing that, you have every right to walk away. The Eight of Cups is about honoring your needs, listening to your intuition, and not settling for less than you deserve. It's about recognizing your worth and knowing that you deserve to be with people who value you, doing work that inspires you, and living in a place that makes you feel at home. This card isn't just about cutting ties. It's about freeing yourself. Freeing yourself from toxic relationships, dead-end jobs, and limiting beliefs. It's about creating space for new opportunities, new experiences, and new connections to enter your life. It's about stepping into your power and creating a life that's truly authentic and fulfilling. It's about finally saying, yes, this is me. This is who I am, and I'm not going to apologize for it anymore. It's taking Knight of Cups passion and directing it toward yourself. Okay, so what can you actually do with this energy? How can you harness the power of the Eight of Cups to unlock your hidden potential? Well, first and foremost, it's about getting clear on your values. What's really important to you? What do you want to create in your life? What kind of experiences do you want to have? Journaling can be really helpful here, you know? Just sit down with a pen and paper and start writing. Don't censor yourself, just let your thoughts flow freely. Ask yourself those tough questions. What am I truly passionate about? What makes me feel alive? What am I willing to walk away from in order to create a life that's truly fulfilling? Meditation can also be a powerful tool. Just find a quiet space, close your eyes, and focus on your breath. Allow yourself to relax and let go of any thoughts or emotions that are weighing you down. Ask your higher self for guidance and clarity. Listen to your intuition. It will lead you in the right direction. It's also important to seek support from loved ones. Talk to your friends, your family, your therapist, your coach. Anyone who can offer you encouragement and guidance. Don't be afraid to ask for help. We all need it sometimes, right? Remember the Justice card. Speaking your truth is so important. And most importantly, be kind to yourself. Walking away can be a difficult process, and it's important to be patient and compassionate with yourself. Don't beat yourself up if you have doubts or fears. Just acknowledge them and keep moving forward. You've got this, okay? Trust the journey. Trust that the universe has your back and that you're being guided towards something better. So the emotional passion, the needed rest, the journey, the balance, and now. Walking away, what's next? What's the final piece of this puzzle? I can't wait to see what Spirit has in store for you. Oh my goodness, friend, this is getting so good. So the emotional passion, the needed rest, that journey, the balance, walking away. And now, the Empress. Oh wow, okay, this is the ultimate nurturing energy, you know. Like after all that stuff we've been talking about, all that movement and those big decisions, the Empress is like, okay, it's time to create, it's time to nurture, it's time to grow. I am so excited about this. Like this Labradorite heart will lead you to really embody what this card is all about. So the Empress in general is all about abundance, creativity, and like motherly love, right? She's the ultimate Earth Mother, the goddess of fertility, the one who brings forth new life. It's like, after all that soul-searching and walking away, the universe is like, okay, now it's time to create something beautiful. But like, how does this connect to everything else we've already seen? Well, think about the Knight of Cups. He's so full of emotions, right? But the Empress takes those emotions and channels them into something tangible, something beautiful, something that can nourish and sustain you. It's like she's saying, okay, you've got all these feelings, now what are you going to do with them? Are you going to let them overwhelm you, or are you going to use them to create something amazing? Because this card is all about using your emotions to create beauty. She is all about getting in touch with that feminine energy, you know, the energy of creation and intuition. This is someone in touch with their body, and I think that is very important to remember with where we're at. And what about the Four of Swords? That rest and reflection. The Empress is saying that that time of quiet was essential for planting the seeds of new growth. It's like she's saying, you needed that time to recharge, to connect with your inner self, so that you could be ready to bring forth new life. It's like she's the gardener who's been tending to the soil, preparing it for planting. Seriously, taking care of yourself will help you bloom. The Empress wants you to take care of yourself, and she is here to reward you for taking that down time and really putting the time and energy into what you really want. She is all about beauty, and so you need to make sure that you are feeling beautiful too, okay? And then there's the Six of Swords, that journey toward calmer waters. The Empress is saying that that journey was necessary for finding a more fertile ground for your creativity to flourish. It's like she's saying, you had to leave behind that old, stagnant environment in order to find a place where you could truly thrive. Seriously, this is a new adventure, so buckle up. The Empress tells us that by moving on, we now have a fresh canvas to paint, and that our own creative ideas will prosper because of it. And justice, oh my gosh, how does justice fit into this? It's like the Empress is all about creating harmony, right? And justice is about fairness and balance, so the Empress needs justice. Without it, everything falls apart. She needs that energy. That push and pull. Now things will finally prosper because of it. Balance is key. So the decisions you've made, the new road you're taking, this is all A-okay. This is the path for you, my friend. And the Eight of Cups, oh, that Eight of Cups, all about walking away. This is major. The Empress is there for you, but only after you leave. It's like the universe is saying, you can't create something new until you let go of the old. The Empress is there to reward you because you deserve it. She is such a light in a sometimes dreary situation. The new and exciting is just around the corner, ready to flourish. All you need is to keep that faith, keep that fire. She loves that fiery energy. But let's dig a little deeper, okay? What does the Empress really want you to create? Is it a new business? A new relationship? A new work of art? Or is it something even deeper, something more personal? Is it about creating a more loving relationship with yourself? About nurturing your inner child? About embracing your creativity and expressing yourself authentically? What does creation look like for you? Like some people want to create a family. Some people want to create a home. Some want to make millions. Some people want to just create a beautiful garden. Maybe the Empress is calling you to connect with your feminine energy, to embrace your sensuality, to celebrate your body. Maybe she's encouraging you to get in touch with your intuition, to trust your instincts, to listen to your heart. Maybe she's reminding you that you are a powerful, creative being, capable of manifesting anything you desire. The key word here is powerful. She's the Empress. Feel your power. Or maybe the Empress is calling you to nurture others, to offer your love and support to those in need. Maybe she's encouraging you to volunteer your time, to donate to a charity, to simply be a kind and compassionate human being. Seriously, even offering to pet sit for a friend is huge. The Empress is all about giving back to the community. She loves that energy. Seriously, she is like a big, warm hug. She's also the Earth Mother, right? So maybe she's calling you to connect with nature, to spend time outdoors, to appreciate the beauty of the natural world. Maybe she's encouraging you to plant a garden, to recycle, to reduce your carbon footprint. Maybe she's reminding you that we are all connected and that we have a responsibility to care for our planet. She believes in your potential. But here's the thing, friend. The Empress isn't just about passive receptivity. It's not just about sitting around and waiting for good things to come to you. It's also about taking action, about actively creating the life you desire. It's about setting goals, making plans, and working hard to achieve your dreams. You've got to put the work in. The Labradorite heart will guide you and ground you. The Labradorite heart will give you the clarity to move forward. It is there for you because you are going to use it in good. The Empress is about taking responsibility for your own happiness and creating a life that's truly fulfilling. You can do it. You can make your own garden, create a new home, get that puppy you have always wanted. The thing is, you need to take charge and go do it. Because otherwise, what is all this for? I'm serious. This is where the Labradorite heart comes in, okay? You need to tap into that clarifying energy and really ask yourself what you want to create. What kind of life do you want to live? What kind of world do you want to create? This is about creating a vision for your future and then taking the steps necessary to bring that vision to life. The energy is so vibrant, so creative right now, it would be a shame not to take advantage of it. Use this spark. Use this momentum. Think about it this way. You're like an artist, and your life is your canvas. What kind of masterpiece are you going to create? Are you going to paint a picture of joy, love, and abundance? Or are you going to settle for a life that's dull, gray, and unfulfilling? The choice is yours. The Empress is reminding you that you have the power to create whatever you desire. It's about creating a life that's truly authentic and fulfilling. It's about finally saying, yes, this is me, this is who I am, and I'm not going to apologize for it anymore. The Empress loves that fire. She thrives off of it. Okay, so what can you actually do with this energy? How can you harness the power of the Empress to unlock your hidden potential? Well, first and foremost, it's about self-love. You know, the Empress is all about nurturing and caring for yourself. It's about treating yourself with the same kindness and compassion that you would offer to a child. This can be hard, but it is so worth it. This could mean taking a long bath, reading a good book, spending time in nature, or simply doing something that makes you feel good. It could also mean setting boundaries with people who drain your energy, saying no to commitments that don't serve you, and creating more space in your life for things that bring you joy. She wants you to feel the joy. She wants you to find what makes you, you. You can write a love letter to yourself, listing all the things you appreciate about yourself. Or you can look in the mirror each morning and say, I love you, I accept you, I am worthy of love and happiness. It might sound cheesy, but it works, okay? Fake it till you make it. You can also practice self-compassion. When you make a mistake, don't beat yourself up about it. Instead, treat yourself with kindness and understanding. Remember that everyone makes mistakes and that it's okay to not be perfect. She thrives off of compassion and understanding. Really lean into that. Journaling can be really helpful here, too. Sit down with a pen and paper and write about all the things you're grateful for in your life. Focus on the positive aspects of your life and don't dwell on the negative. Gratitude is a powerful tool for attracting more abundance into your life. You can also use journaling to explore your creative ideas. Write about your dreams, your passions, your goals. Let your imagination run wild, and don't be afraid to think outside the box. Meditation can also be a powerful tool for connecting with your inner Empress. Find a quiet space, close your eyes, and focus on your breath. Allow yourself to relax and let go of any thoughts or emotions that are weighing you down. Visualize yourself surrounded by the loving, nurturing energy of the Empress. Feel her warmth, her compassion, her creativity. Ask her for guidance and clarity. She will lead you in the right direction. Don't be afraid. You will be okay. You are supported. And you are loved. Remember to seek support from loved ones. Talk to your friends, your family, your therapist, your coach. Anyone who can offer you encouragement and guidance. Don't be afraid to ask for help. We all need it sometimes, right? Everyone needs help now and then. It is okay to ask for help. Seriously, it is something that you need to keep in mind. You cannot pour from an empty cup. Fill your cup up. Fill your cup up. Fill your cup up. And most importantly, be patient with yourself. Creating a life that's truly fulfilling takes time, and it's important to be kind and compassionate with yourself along the way. Don't beat yourself up if you have setbacks or challenges. Just acknowledge them, learn from them, and keep moving forward. You've got this, okay? Seriously, you are so ready for this. You've got the Knight, the 4, the 6, Justice, the 8, and now the Empress. Wow, what could the final card possibly be? Oh my gosh, friend, this is wild. So we've got the emotional passion, the needed rest, that journey, the balance, walking away, the Empress's creation. And now, the Ace of Pentacles. Oh my goodness. Okay, wow, this is a brand new opportunity, a fresh start, a seed of potential just waiting to be planted. This is so exciting, okay? Like after all that inner work, all those big decisions, all that growth, the universe is like, okay, here you go. Here's a chance to build something amazing, something real, something lasting. This Labradorite heart is going to give you so much clarity around this. Like, this is huge. So the Ace of Pentacles in general is all about new beginnings, right? New opportunities, new ventures, new resources. It's the card of potential, of possibility, of laying the foundation for something solid and secure. It's like, finally, things are starting to come together in a tangible way. You've been working so hard, and now you're finally seeing the fruits of your labor. The fruits are ready for you to harvest. But like, how does this connect to everything else we've already seen? That's the real question, right? Well, think about the Knight of Cups. All that passion, all that emotion, all that creativity. The Ace of Pentacles is saying that energy can now be channeled into something practical, something real world. It's like, okay, you've got all these amazing ideas, now it's time to turn them into something concrete. It is time to put that pen to paper, or that plan into action. The Knight's passion fuels this new opportunity, gives it that initial spark. Remember that fire. This is what will keep the momentum going, and this is what will make you so successful. Never lose sight of that enthusiasm. And what about the Four of Swords? That rest and reflection. The Ace of Pentacles is saying that that time of quiet was essential for preparing you for this new venture. It's like you needed that space to clear your head, to connect with your intuition, so that you could be ready to recognize and seize this opportunity when it came along. Rest is the first step to greatness. Because while you are resting, you are gathering your strength. So when it is time to strike, you can strike hard. And then there's the Six of Swords, that journey toward calmer waters. The Ace of Pentacles is saying that that journey was necessary for leading you to this new opportunity. You needed to leave behind that old, stagnant environment in order to find a place where you could truly thrive. The place that you are meant to be. You are so close to the perfect situation. This ace knows that you have done your best, and the journey will be so rewarding. Keep going, don't give up. And justice. Oh my gosh, how does justice fit into this? Well, the Ace of Pentacles is all about fairness and integrity, right? It's about building something that's not only successful, but also ethical and sustainable. So, justice is saying that this new opportunity is aligned with your values, that it's a chance to create something that's fair and just for everyone involved. This is the way to go. Trust in that gut feeling, okay? Do not listen to anyone who tries to deter you or tell you otherwise. And that Eight of Cups, all about walking away. The Ace of Pentacles is saying that walking away from whatever wasn't serving you was absolutely necessary to make space for this new opportunity. It's like you had to clear out the old in order to make room for the new. You can't build a new house on a shaky foundation, right? I am just so thrilled at this. The stars are aligned. And the Empress is basically like the energy that will make the Ace a reality. The Empress, combined with the Ace, means this is sure to flourish. Everything from the Ace to the Knight is now creating this beautiful life. It is all coming together to make something magnificent. But let's dig a little deeper, okay? What kind of opportunity is this Ace of Pentacles bringing? Is it a new job, a new business venture, a new investment? Or is it something more personal? Is it about creating a more stable financial foundation for yourself? Is it about building a more secure home environment? Is it about investing in your own skills and talents? No matter the details, this is going to be a very fruitful time in your life. You are so ready. Maybe the Ace of Pentacles is calling you to get more grounded, to connect with the physical world, to appreciate the simple things in life. Maybe it's encouraging you to spend time in nature, to work with your hands, to create something tangible. Maybe it's reminding you that true abundance comes not from material possessions, but from a deep sense of connection to yourself, to others, and to the earth. What are you going to create with the energy? Are you going to make a new painting? Are you going to start a new job? Are you going to move? Are you going to have a baby? This is a time for ultimate joy. You are coming into the spring of your life, and that comes with joy. But here's the thing, friend. The Ace of Pentacles isn't just about receiving a new opportunity, it's also about taking action, about actively creating the life you desire. It's about setting goals, making plans, and working hard to achieve your dreams. You've got to put in the work, right? This is where that Labradorite heart comes in, okay? You need to tap into that clarifying energy and really ask yourself what you want to create with this new opportunity. What kind of life do you want to build? What kind of legacy do you want to leave behind? This is about creating a vision for your future, and then taking the steps necessary to bring that vision to life. The energy is so vibrant, so full of potential right now, it would be a shame not to take advantage of it. Use this spark. Use this momentum. Be open to new possibilities. Don't be afraid to step outside of your comfort zone and try something new. You never know where it might lead. Take calculated risks. Don't be reckless, but don't be afraid to take chances either. Sometimes you have to take a leap of faith in order to achieve your dreams. Trust your intuition. Your inner guidance system will never steer you wrong. Listen to your heart and follow your instincts. And be patient. Building something lasting takes time and effort. Don't get discouraged if you don't see results immediately. Just keep working hard, and eventually you'll get there. But of course, there are potential pitfalls to watch out for, right? Fear of failure, self-doubt, external pressures. These are all common challenges that can prevent you from fully embracing this new opportunity. It is so normal to be scared of making mistakes. No one ever wants to fail, but how do you know you did your best if you don't try? Don't let these negative thoughts and feelings hold you back. Remember how strong and resilient you are. Remember all that you've overcome in the past. You have what it takes to succeed. The Empress thinks so too. You will do great things. And if you do stumble, don't beat yourself up about it. Learn from your mistakes and keep moving forward. The most successful people in the world are the ones who have failed the most, right? It is okay. You will do amazing. You will make your dreams come true. I believe in you, and more importantly, you need to believe in you too. Okay? And then don't pay attention to the haters. People are always going to try to bring you down, especially when you're on the verge of success. Don't let them get to you. Surround yourself with positive, supportive people who believe in you and your dreams. The Justice card is on your side, so remain just. So, to recap, well, not really recap, but to bring it all together. The Ace of Pentacles is a gift, a blessing, a sign that you're on the right path. Embrace it with open arms, and don't be afraid to put in the work to make your dreams a reality. This is your time to shine, friend. You will do amazing. You can manifest anything you desire. This is so fun. The Labradorite heart is there to help you see things clearly, to stay grounded, and to trust your intuition. Use it wisely, and it will guide you to success. I am so excited to see what the future holds for you. This Ace of Pentacles is so exciting. This is the first card, and you are on your way. The path is going to have twists and turns, but Spirit will never let you down. You are so close to greatness. You have the power to create your own reality, okay? You are creating your own reality. So, this has been an amazing ride, and there is one more card to go. I cannot wait to see what the very last card has to say. Oh my gosh, friend, the Three of Cups. After all of that, this is just perfect. This card is all about celebration, friendship, and community. It's about sharing your joy and your abundance with the people you love. It's like, after all that hard work and soul-searching, the universe is saying, okay, it's time to party. It's time to connect with your tribe and celebrate all that you've accomplished. I love this so much, especially with that Labradorite heart to guide you. This is going to be amazing. So the Three of Cups in general is a card of joy, harmony, and collaboration, right? It often depicts three women raising their cups in a toast, celebrating a success or a milestone. It's about coming together with like-minded people, sharing your gifts, and creating something beautiful together. But how does this connect to everything else we've already seen? How does it all tie in? Well, let's start with the Knight of Cups. He's all about emotions, right? But the Three of Cups takes those emotions and channels them into a shared experience, a collective celebration. It's like the Knight is saying, I have all these feelings and I want to share them with the world. And the Three of Cups is saying, great, let's get together and celebrate. It's that Knight's passion amplified. You and your friends are going to have a blast. And what about the Four of Swords? That rest and reflection. The Three of Cups is saying that that time of quiet was essential for appreciating the connections you have in your life. It's about stepping back from the chaos of the world and realizing how much you value your friendships and your community. The Four gives you perspective, and the Three helps you express what you've learned. Take that energy and spread it. And then there's the Six of Swords, that journey toward calmer waters. The Three of Cups is saying that that journey was necessary for finding your tribe, for connecting with people who truly understand and support you. You had to leave behind those old, stagnant relationships in order to find people who resonate with your soul. Now you get to party with your new friends, and justice. Oh my gosh, how does justice fit into this? Well, the Three of Cups is all about equality and fairness, right? It's about creating a community where everyone feels valued and respected. So, justice is saying that your relationships should be based on mutual respect and understanding. and that you should always strive to create a fair and equitable environment for everyone involved. No one left behind. Everyone feels valued and appreciated. And that Eight of Cups, all about walking away. The Three of Cups is saying that walking away from whatever wasn't serving you was absolutely necessary to make space for these new, fulfilling connections. You had to clear out the toxic relationships in order to make room for people who truly lift you up. It's about knowing your worth and surrounding yourself with people who appreciate you for who you are. And the Empress. The Empress's creation is meant to be shared. All of that energy should be put into the community. Everything the Empress creates is meant to bring happiness to you, and now to others. It's about sharing what you have. This could be anything from physical objects to advice. And the Ace of Pentacles. This isn't meant for you alone. It's about taking that new opportunity and sharing it with others, creating a network of support and collaboration. It's about using your resources to help those around you and building a community that thrives together. But let's dig a little deeper, okay? What does this celebration really look like for you? Is it a big, extravagant party with all your friends? Or is it a more intimate gathering with a few close loved ones? Is it about celebrating a specific achievement? Or is it simply about appreciating the everyday joys of life? Maybe the Three of Cups is calling you to reconnect with old friends, to reach out to people you haven't seen in a while, and to rekindle those bonds of friendship. Maybe it's encouraging you to join a new club or group, to find people who share your interests and passions. Maybe it's reminding you that you're not alone, and that there are people out there who care about you and want to support you. Or maybe the Three of Cups is calling you to express your gratitude for the blessings in your life, to appreciate the people who have helped you along the way, and to celebrate the abundance that surrounds you. Seriously, think about everyone who has helped you get to where you are right now. That's who the Three is all about. This could mean writing thank you notes, giving gifts, or simply telling people how much you appreciate them. It's about acknowledging the good things in your life and sharing that appreciation with others. The point is, the opportunities are endless. But here's the thing, friend. The Three of Cups isn't just about having fun and celebrating. It's also about supporting each other through the tough times, about being there for your friends when they need you most. This isn't just a party. This is a support group. It's about creating a community where everyone feels safe, valued, and loved. When the knight is down in the dumps, the Three picks him back up. It's that simple. This can be hard, you know? It's easy to get caught up in your own problems and forget to check in on your friends. But the Three of Cups is a reminder that we're all in this together, and that we need to support each other through thick and thin. This could mean offering a listening ear, lending a helping hand, or simply being a shoulder to cry on. It's about showing your friends that you care and that you're there for them, no matter what. That Four of Swords is also for your friends, and that justice applies to everyone, too. Or maybe the Three of Cups is calling you to share your gifts and talents with the world, to use your skills to make a positive impact on your community. This could mean volunteering your time, donating to a charity, or simply using your creativity to inspire others. It's about recognizing that you have something valuable to offer, and that you can use your gifts to make the world a better place. This is where that Labradorite heart comes in, okay? You need to tap into that clarifying energy and really ask yourself what you have to offer the world. What are your unique skills and talents? How can you use them to help others and make a positive impact? This is about recognizing your own potential and using it to create a ripple effect of positivity and abundance in your community. But there are potential pitfalls to watch out for, right? Overindulgence, gossip, drama. These are all common challenges that can arise when you're dealing with groups of people. It's easy to get caught up in the excitement of the moment and forget to be mindful of your actions. Don't let these negative influences ruin the celebration. Be mindful of your behavior, avoid gossip and drama, and focus on creating a positive and supportive environment for everyone involved. Keep justice in mind. Know that you are on the right path and that you can do great things if you stay grounded, stay focused, and stay true to yourself. The Three of Cups is a reminder that life is meant to be celebrated, that friendship is a precious gift, and that we're all in this together. Embrace the joy, share the love, and create a community that lifts everyone up. Keep that fire. So, where do you go from here? How do you take all of these energies and integrate them into your life? Well, first and foremost, it's about being intentional about creating community. Reach out to people you admire, join groups that align with your interests, and be open to making new friends. Put yourself out there. The Empress encourages it. And then be generous with your time, your resources, and your talents. Offer your support to those who need it. Share your knowledge and skills, and use your creativity to inspire others. But keep that ace in mind and stay grounded. Remember, you are a powerful, creative being, capable of manifesting anything you desire. Embrace your potential, celebrate your journey, and share your joy with the world. Seriously, just go have fun. All that planning is done. And finally, trust the process, okay? Trust that the universe has your back, that you're being guided towards something amazing, and that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. You are on the right path. This is where the Labradorite heart comes in again. Use it to stay grounded, to stay clear, and to trust your intuition. It will guide you every step of the way. You have everything you need to succeed. All the cards have lined up. So, my friend, this has been an incredible reading. I am so excited for you and for all the amazing things that are in store for you. Embrace your potential, celebrate your journey, and share your joy with the world. You will do amazing. You will manifest anything you desire. This is your time to shine. This is your moment to create a life that's truly authentic, fulfilling, and joyful. Remember to always trust your intuition, because what you want is right around the corner. You will thrive. I believe in you. And more importantly, you need to believe in you too, okay? Thank you so much for allowing me to guide you. Thank you for trusting me. If this reading resonated with you, please let me know in the comments below. I love hearing from you. And if you'd like to support my work, please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and share it with your friends. It really helps me out. I hope you are ready to be the most authentic and joyful version of yourself. Thank you for allowing me to read for you, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Okay, Moonstone Tree. So this crystal is all about balance, right? And the theme of this reading is cultivating inner harmony. It's like, where can you find greater equilibrium to nurture growth on your destined path? I love that. Let's see what Spirit has to say. Okay, here we go. Deep breath. So we have the Four of Cups, the High Priestess, and the Wheel of Fortune. Ooh, okay, immediately, what I'm seeing is like a journey from apathy to awareness to like embracing change. It's like you might be feeling a little stuck, maybe a little uninspired right now, but like the universe is nudging you. There's definitely something trying to get your attention. And the High Priestess, she's all about intuition. She's saying, listen to that inner voice. And then the Wheel of Fortune. That's change, baby. That's saying things are about to shift, maybe in a big way. So yeah, overall, it feels like you're being called to step into your power, to trust your gut, and to be ready for some exciting new opportunities coming your way. I'm getting a sense of like needing to pay attention to the subtle signs around you. Don't dismiss those little feelings, those little inklings, because they could be leading you to something amazing. Let's dive into the Four of Cups first. Okay, so this card, it's all about like feeling bored, maybe a little discontent. You're being offered something, right? You see the cups like an emotional offering, but you're kind of like, meh. You're not really paying attention. You're too focused on what's missing, on what you don't have, instead of appreciating what is being presented to you. It's like you're so caught up in your own little world of like, woe is me, that you're missing out on potential blessings. Have you been feeling like blah lately? Like nothing is really exciting you? Maybe you're in a rut, doing the same old thing day in and day out, and you're just not feeling it anymore. This card is a wake-up call. It's saying, hey, pay attention. Life is happening around you, but you're too busy being like stuck in your head to notice. It could also be that you're being offered something that doesn't quite align with what you think you want. Like maybe you're so focused on a specific goal that you're dismissing other opportunities that could actually be even better for you. You know, sometimes the universe has a funny way of working. It gives us what we need, not necessarily what we think we want. So, be open to the unexpected. The key here is gratitude. Start appreciating what you already have. Focus on the good things in your life, even the small ones. Because when you're in a state of gratitude, you're more open to receiving blessings. You're more likely to see the opportunities that are right in front of you. Think about it. Have you been turning down invitations lately? Have you been saying no to new experiences? Have you been isolating yourself? If so, this card is definitely speaking to you. It's time to get out of your comfort zone, to say yes to new adventures, and to connect with people. This card can also represent a sense of emotional stagnation. Like, maybe you're holding onto old hurts or resentments that are preventing you from moving forward. You're so focused on the past that you're missing out on the present. It's time to let go of that baggage, to forgive yourself and others, and to move on. And it can also mean that you're simply overwhelmed. You have so many options, so many choices that you're feeling paralyzed. You don't know which way to turn, so you end up doing nothing. The solution here is to simplify. Focus on one thing at a time. Break down your goals into smaller, more manageable steps. And don't be afraid to ask for help. The Four of Cups is a gentle reminder to be present, to be grateful, and to be open to receiving. Don't let your boredom or discontent prevent you from experiencing the amazing things that life has to offer. The universe is trying to give you something special, but you have to be willing to receive it. It is like the balancing point before the High Priestess, which makes me so excited. Now let's move on to the High Priestess. Ooh, this is good. Okay, so the High Priestess, she's all about intuition, inner wisdom, and the subconscious. She's the guardian of the unseen realms. She's the one who knows all the secrets, but she doesn't just hand them out. You have to be willing to go within, to connect with your own intuition, to access that inner wisdom. This card is saying that you have all the answers you need within you. You don't need to look outside yourself for guidance. You just need to learn how to listen to your own inner voice. That little voice that whispers in your ear, that gut feeling that you get, that's your intuition. And it's always right. But the problem is, we often ignore our intuition. We second-guess ourselves. We let our minds overrule our hearts. We listen to other people's opinions instead of trusting our own inner knowing. The High Priestess is saying, stop doing that, start trusting yourself. It feels very connected to that Four of Cups energy, you know. Like you're missing those intuitive nudges. How do you connect with your intuition? Well, there are many ways. Meditation is a great way to quiet the mind and access your inner wisdom. Spending time in nature can also be very helpful. Journaling can help you to process your thoughts and feelings and to identify your intuitive hits. And simply paying attention to your dreams can provide valuable insights. This card can also represent a need for solitude and introspection. Maybe you've been spending too much time around other people lately, and you need to retreat into your own space to recharge and reconnect with yourself. It's okay to say no to social engagements. It's okay to take some time for yourself. In fact, it's essential. The High Priestess is also associated with secrets and mysteries. There may be something hidden from you, something that you're not aware of. This card is encouraging you to dig deeper, to ask questions, to uncover the truth. But be careful what you wish for. Sometimes the truth can be uncomfortable. But ultimately, the High Priestess is a powerful ally. She's there to guide you, to protect you, and to help you to navigate the unseen realms. Trust her. Listen to her. And you will never be led astray. I feel like with the Four of Cups and the High Priestess together, it's like you've been ignoring your intuition, and that's why you're feeling so blah. You're not listening to your inner voice, and that's why you're missing out on opportunities. The universe is trying to guide you, but you're not paying attention. It's time to wake up. And then, finally, we have the Wheel of Fortune. Yes. Okay, so this card is all about change, cycles, and destiny. It's saying that things are about to shift, maybe in a big way. The wheel is turning, and what goes up must come down, and what goes down must come up. It's the natural rhythm of life. This card can represent a period of good luck and fortune. Things are finally starting to go your way. You're reaping the rewards of your hard work. You're attracting abundance and prosperity into your life. This is a time to celebrate and to enjoy the ride. But the Wheel of Fortune can also represent a period of challenges and setbacks. Things may not be going as planned. You may be facing obstacles and difficulties. This is a time to be resilient, to stay positive, and to trust that things will eventually get better. The key is to remember that everything is temporary. Both the good times and the bad times will eventually pass. The wheel keeps turning, and things are always changing. So don't get too attached to anything. Learn to flow with the cycles of life. This card can also represent a fated event. Something is destined to happen, something that you can't control. This is a time to surrender to the universe, to trust that everything is happening for a reason, even if you don't understand it right now. But it's not just about fate. The Wheel of Fortune also represents free will. You have the power to influence your destiny. You can choose how you respond to the changes that are happening in your life. You can choose to be a victim or a victor. The Wheel of Fortune is a reminder that life is a gamble. You never know what's going to happen next. But that's what makes it exciting. Embrace the uncertainty. Take risks. Step outside of your comfort zone, and you might just surprise yourself. So with the Four of Cups, the High Priestess, and the Wheel of Fortune together, it's like you've been feeling stuck and uninspired because you've been ignoring your intuition. But now, the universe is stepping in to shake things up. The wheel is turning, and you're about to experience some major changes. This is a time to trust your gut, to listen to your inner voice, and to be open to new opportunities. Don't resist the changes that are happening. Embrace them, flow with them, and you might just find yourself on a new and exciting path. It's like you're finally waking up from a long sleep. You're finally realizing that you have the power to create your own destiny. You're finally ready to take control of your life, and the universe is cheering you on. Remember the moonstone tree and its balancing properties. This whole journey, from feeling uninspired to recognizing the opportunity for change, is about finding that equilibrium within yourself. The High Priestess is key to unlocking that balance. She helps you tune into your intuition so you can navigate the turning wheel with grace and confidence. It's all about cultivating inner harmony so you can grow and thrive on your destined path. You've got this. Okay, so we have the Hanged Man. Ooh, this is a big one. Okay, so the Hanged Man, traditionally you see this guy, he's hanging upside down, right? And it looks kind of uncomfortable, but there's also this sense of peace about him. Like he's willingly suspended. So this card is all about sacrifice, surrender, and seeing things from a different perspective. It's about pausing, like a big pause, in your life to reevaluate things. It's like the universe is saying, hold on a second. Before you rush into these changes from the Wheel of Fortune, let's just take a beat. It's not about stopping forever, but it's about stopping now to gain clarity. You know. A lot of times, we get so caught up in the hustle and bustle of life that we don't take the time to really think about what we're doing, why we're doing it, and if it's even aligned with our true values. The Hanged Man is a reminder to step back from all the chaos and to just be still, to just observe, to just listen. It's like, sometimes, the best thing you can do is nothing. You know, just let things be. Let things unfold. Don't try to force anything. Don't try to control anything. Just surrender to the moment. And it's about a sacrifice too, but not like a bad sacrifice, more like a willing sacrifice. Maybe it's sacrificing your ego. Maybe it's sacrificing your need to be right. Maybe it's sacrificing your old beliefs and patterns. Whatever it is, it's about letting go of something that's holding you back. You know, what is no longer serving you? What are you clinging to that you need to release? The Hanged Man is asking you to be honest with yourself and to let go of whatever is preventing you from moving forward. And the biggest thing, I think, is about seeing things from a new perspective. When you're hanging upside down, the world looks different, right? Everything is flipped. And that's what the Hanged Man is about. It's about shifting your perspective, seeing things from a new angle, and gaining a deeper understanding of yourself and the world around you. Maybe you've been stuck in a certain way of thinking, a certain pattern of behavior, and you can't seem to break free. The Hanged Man is saying, try looking at it from a different angle. Try seeing it from someone else's point of view. It can be so enlightening. It can open up new possibilities and new solutions that you never even considered before. It is like a total mind shift. So how does this connect to the previous cards? Well, with the Four of Cups, you were feeling apathetic, right? Bored and discontent. And the Hanged Man is saying, okay, before you just keep wallowing in that apathy, take a pause. Why are you feeling this way? What's really going on underneath the surface? It's about going deeper than just the surface level boredom. It's about exploring the root cause of your discontent. Maybe you're feeling unfulfilled because you're not living in alignment with your true values. Maybe you're feeling lost because you haven't taken the time to really connect with yourself. The Hanged Man is encouraging you to use this time of suspension to really examine your life and to figure out what's truly important to you. To see, what makes you tick, And then, with the High Priestess, she's all about intuition, right? And the Hanged Man is actually, a key to unlocking your intuition even more. Because when you surrender, when you let go of control, you create space for your intuition to come through. When you're constantly trying to control everything, you're blocking your intuition. You're not allowing yourself to receive the guidance that's available to you. The Hanged Man is saying, trust that the universe has your back. Trust that you're being guided, even if you can't see it right now. It's about having faith that everything is happening for a reason, even if it doesn't make sense in the moment. Like the High Priestess whispers, but the Hanged Man helps you hear her. It really amplifies that inner voice when you stop resisting. Think about it this way. Have you ever had a problem that you were trying to solve, and you just couldn't figure it out? You were banging your head against the wall, trying to force a solution, and nothing was working. And then, you finally gave up, you surrendered, and you just let it go. And then, suddenly, out of nowhere, the answer came to you. That's the power of the Hanged Man. That's what happens when you surrender. The universe steps in and provides you with the guidance and the solutions that you need. And okay, so we have the Wheel of Fortune. That's all about change and destiny. And the Hanged Man is saying that to really navigate these changes effectively, you need to be willing to surrender your expectations. You need to be willing to let go of your old plans and to be open to new possibilities. You can't control the wheel. You can't predict what's going to happen next, but you can control how you respond to the changes that are happening in your life. And the Hanged Man is encouraging you to respond with grace, with acceptance, and with a willingness to see things from a new perspective. It's like the Wheel of Fortune is going to throw you for a loop, right? It's going to take you on a wild ride. And the Hanged Man is saying, hold on tight but don't resist. Surrender to the ride. Trust that you're going to end up exactly where you need to be. It's about having faith that the universe is working in your favor, even when it doesn't feel like it. It's about knowing that every challenge, every setback, is an opportunity for growth and learning. And it's not just about passively accepting what's happening. It's about actively choosing to see the positive in every situation. It's about finding the silver lining in every cloud. So, how can you actually embody the energy of the Hanged Man in your everyday life? Well, start by practicing mindfulness. Take a few moments each day to just be present in the moment, to observe your thoughts and feelings without judgment, to simply be still. This will help you to quiet your mind and to connect with your intuition. And try to identify areas in your life where you're holding on too tightly. Where are you trying to control things that are beyond your control? Where are you resisting the flow of life? And then make a conscious effort to let go, to surrender, to trust. It could be something as simple as letting go of your need to be right in an argument. Or it could be something as big as letting go of a job that's no longer fulfilling you. Whatever it is, start small and gradually work your way up to the bigger things. The more you practice surrendering, the easier it will become. And the more you'll start to experience the benefits of this powerful energy. Also, challenge your perspectives. Actively seek out different points of view. Talk to people who have different beliefs and experiences than you. Read books and articles that challenge your assumptions. Watch documentaries that expose you to new ideas. The more you expand your perspective, the more open-minded and understanding you'll become. And the more equipped you'll be to navigate the changes that are coming your way. And remember, the Moonstone Tree is all about balance. And the Hanged Man, even though it looks like a sacrifice, it's actually about finding balance through surrender. It's about recognizing that you can't always control everything, and that sometimes the best thing you can do is to let go and trust the process. It's about finding the equilibrium between action and inaction, between control and surrender. The Moonstone tree is helping you to find that inner harmony, that sense of peace and balance within yourself. And the Hanged Man is a powerful tool for achieving that. By surrendering, by sacrificing, and by seeing things from a new perspective, you can create space for growth, for healing, and for transformation. It's like the Moonstone's energy is amplified by this card. This pause isn't passive, it's active balance. You're recentering, like recalibrating for the next big leap forward. And I wonder what's next. After this period of suspension, after this time of reflection, what action will you take? What new path will you choose? What exciting adventure awaits you on the other side of this pause? I'm so excited to find out. Okay, so deep breath, we have the Eight of Cups. Ooh, this is interesting. Okay, so the Eight of Cups, like, usually you see this figure walking away from 8 cups, right? And they're leaving them behind. It's often at night, there's like a mountain range or a river. And it's not necessarily a sad card, but it's definitely about, like, walking away from something. It's about recognizing that something isn't serving you anymore and having the courage to leave it behind, even if it's difficult. So, this card is going to represent what happens after the Hanged Man, and how to ensure you are actually taking the lessons learned and moving forward rather than staying stuck. Like, what are you walking toward by walking away? So let's connect this to that Four of Cups energy. Remember how you were feeling, like, bored and apathetic? Like, nothing was really exciting you? The Eight of Cups is saying that maybe the reason you're feeling that way is because you're clinging to something that's no longer right for you. Maybe it's a relationship, maybe it's a job, maybe it's a belief system or a situation. Whatever it is, it's draining your energy and preventing you from moving forward. And it's not necessarily a bad thing, right? Like, these things probably served you at one point. The cups might even look beautiful. But now they're just holding you back. And the Eight of Cups is saying, it's okay to walk away. It's okay to let go. It's not about failure. It's about recognizing that you've outgrown something and that it's time to move on to something new. Maybe you've been trying to force something to work that just isn't meant to be. Maybe you've been holding on to a situation out of fear or obligation, even though it's making you miserable. The Eight of Cups is encouraging you to be honest with yourself and to ask yourself, is this really serving me? Is this really aligned with my highest good? And if the answer is no, then it's time to start planning your exit strategy. It's time to face what you are running to and not what you are running from. The walking away doesn't have to be sad. Instead, it can be a symbol of your strength. I think it's important here to not confuse apathy with a real need for change. So, with the Four of Cups, you're just kind of like passively bored. With the Eight, you're actively choosing to leave, to prioritize yourself, and to invest your energy elsewhere. Are you really going to invest in the new? And if so, where? And how does this connect with the High Priestess? Well, the High Priestess is all about intuition, right? And the Eight of Cups is often a very intuitive decision. It's about listening to that inner voice that's telling you it's time to move on, even if your mind is trying to convince you to stay. Your mind might be saying, but what about all the time and energy I've invested? What will people think? What if I can't find something better? But your intuition is saying, this isn't right for you anymore. You deserve better. Trust yourself. Trust that you're being guided. This is where that sacrifice from the Hanged Man comes in. This requires sacrifice, especially of your ego, and I think it's so key here to not ignore those feelings. So it is important to remember that the High Priestess doesn't hand you the answers, right? You have to go within. And the Eight of Cups is saying that going within might reveal that it's time to leave something behind. It takes real courage to listen to your intuition, especially when it's telling you something you don't want to hear. But the High Priestess is there to guide you, to support you, and to help you trust your inner knowing. She's saying, you know what's best for you. Trust yourself. Have faith that you're being led in the right direction. With the High Priestess, you also have to trust what you are hearing is your intuition and not something else, like fear or anxiety. But I think the universe is telling you to trust yourself on this, because the opportunities that are coming are so much better, you know? And then, the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so, the Wheel of Fortune is all about change, and the Eight of Cups is definitely a card of change. It's about recognizing that the wheel is turning, and that it's time to move on to a new cycle. The Wheel of Fortune can be scary, right? Because it's unpredictable. You don't know what's going to happen next. But the Eight of Cups is saying that you have the power to influence the direction of the wheel. You can choose to stay stuck in a situation that's no longer serving you, or you can choose to walk away and create space for new opportunities to come into your life. By walking away, you're actually speeding up the turning of the wheel. You're creating momentum, and you're opening yourself up to new possibilities. It's like the Wheel of Fortune is going to bring changes whether you like it or not, but the Eight of Cups is about taking control of those changes and directing them in a way that aligns with your highest good. Like the wheel might throw you curveballs, but the Eight of Cups helps you decide which ones to swing at, you know? And that leaving can be really scary. The Eight of Cups acknowledges that fear, but it pushes you to trust that the universe has your back. It's like saying, okay, Wheel of Fortune, I'm ready for whatever you've got. I'm not afraid to walk away from what's not working. I'm open to new adventures. You are not a tree. If you don't like where you are, move. Now, how does this all connect to the Hanged Man? Ooh, this is good. So the Hanged Man is all about pausing, surrendering, and seeing things from a different perspective. And the Eight of Cups is what happens after that pause. It's about taking action based on the insights you gained during that period of suspension. The Hanged Man helps you to see what needs to be released, what's no longer serving you. And the Eight of Cups gives you the courage to actually walk away from it. It's like the Hanged Man is the preparation, and the Eight of Cups is the execution. Think about it this way. You're hanging upside down, you're seeing the world from a new perspective, and you realize that those 8 cups you've been clinging to are actually weighing you down. They're preventing you from moving forward. So, you decide to let go. You decide to walk away. That's the Eight of Cups in action. Now you are right side up again, changed forever. I feel like the Hanged Man is the why and the Eight of Cups is the how. Like, why am I feeling stuck? Hanged Man, how do I move forward? Eight of Cups. It's interesting because the cups stay behind, so they are still there, a testament to what once was. But what matters is the person walking away. It is also an important distinction that walking away doesn't have to be dramatic. It can be quiet, undeniable and quiet. So, how can you actually embody the energy of the Eight of Cups in your everyday life? Well, start by identifying those areas in your life where you're feeling drained or unfulfilled. What are you holding on to that's no longer serving you? What relationships, jobs, or situations are making you miserable? Be honest with yourself, even if it's uncomfortable. Then, start taking small steps to create distance between yourself and those things. It could be something as simple as setting boundaries with a toxic friend, or it could be something as big as quitting a job that you hate. The key is to start moving in the direction of your dreams, even if it's just one small step at a time. Also, practice self-compassion. Walking away from something is never easy. It's okay to feel sad, scared, or uncertain, but don't beat yourself up about it. Treat yourself with kindness and understanding. Remember that you're doing what's best for you and that you deserve to be happy. And trust that the universe has your back. Trust that you're being guided in the right direction, even if you can't see the whole path yet. And remember, the Moonstone tree is all about balance. And the Eight of Cups is about finding balance by releasing what's no longer serving you. It's about creating space for new opportunities to come into your life. The Moonstone tree is helping you to find that inner harmony, that sense of peace and balance within yourself. By walking away from what's not working, you're creating space for growth, for healing, and for transformation. It's like the Moonstone is amplifying your courage, your intuition, and your ability to trust yourself. By walking away, you are not unbalanced. You are choosing your own well-being, which is never unbalanced. It's like you're shedding a layer, like a snake shedding its skin. And under that layer is something new and beautiful, waiting to emerge. Wow, this is so exciting. I feel like you're really on the verge of something amazing. And I'm so curious to see what the next cards reveal. Like, what new opportunities are waiting for you on the other side of this journey? What exciting adventures are in store? What will you find on the path you are walking toward? I'm so ready to find out. Okay, so the devil. Ooh, this is intense, okay. So after all that excitement about walking away and new beginnings, we get the devil. It's kind of like a reality check, you know? It's not meant to be scary, but it's definitely about facing some shadows. It's almost like the universe is saying, okay, you're ready to move forward, but first, let's deal with these little attachments you might still have. So, traditionally, the devil card shows this, like, imposing figure, often with horns and, like, chained figures at the bottom. It looks kind of ominous, but the key thing to remember is that the chains are usually loose. Like, the figures could actually take them off if they wanted to. So this card is really about recognizing the things that are holding you back and realizing that you actually have the power to break free. It is not as bad as it looks. Now, let's connect this to the Four of Cups. Remember how you were feeling, like apathetic and uninspired. The devil is saying that maybe that apathy wasn't just random. Maybe it was a symptom of something deeper, like a feeling of being trapped or controlled. Maybe you were feeling stuck because you were giving your power away to something, a person, a situation, a belief without even realizing it. It is a realization that comes from the inside. It is also about the little devil on your shoulder. The one that tells you to stay in bed or convinces you that you are not worthy. You have to fight that voice. What the devil is presenting to you is a choice, and the chains are actually made of string. Now, what about the High Priestess? She's all about intuition, right? Well, the devil can actually block your intuition. It can cloud your judgment and make it harder to hear that inner voice. When you're caught up in unhealthy patterns or attachments, it's like you're wearing blinders. You can't see things clearly, and you're more likely to make choices that aren't in your best interest. The High Priestess is saying, okay, you need to cut through the noise. You need to get back in touch with your intuition so you can see these chains for what they are and break free. You can't trust that small voice when you are chained. You have to release yourself. You have the key, it is on your belt, and the Wheel of Fortune, which is all about change. The devil can actually make you resist change, even when it's good for you. It's like you get so comfortable in your unhealthy patterns that you're afraid to step outside of them, even if they're making you miserable. The devil whispers, it's safer to stay where you are. At least you know what to expect. But the Wheel of Fortune is saying, no, don't listen to that, embrace the change. Break free from these limitations and create a new destiny for yourself. You cannot let the devil keep you from spinning or you will be stuck forever. It's a warning. And then the Hanged Man. Okay, this is a big connection. The Hanged Man is about surrendering and seeing things from a different perspective. The devil is saying that the thing you need to surrender is your attachment to these unhealthy patterns. You need to let go of the illusion of control and recognize that these patterns are actually controlling you. The Hanged Man is asking you to look at these attachments from a new angle, to see them for what they really are, limitations that are preventing you from reaching your full potential. Sacrifice that ego. It is also a note that the devil can be a trickster and make you think that you are surrendering when you are really just sinking deeper into a pattern. Is it surrender or is it sinking? This is an important question to ask yourself. And finally, the Eight of Cups. You walked away from those cups, right? The devil is saying, okay, but did you really walk away completely? Or are you still carrying some of that baggage with you? Maybe you left the situation, but you're still holding onto the resentment or the guilt or the fear. The devil is reminding you that you need to release those emotions too, or they'll just keep weighing you down. It also might mean that you were supposed to walk away from even more cups. Maybe you still have things in your life that need to go. Keep listening. So, what does the devil actually represent? Well, it can represent a lot of things. Addiction is a big one, not just to substances, but also to things like work or social media or even drama. It can also represent materialism, getting too caught up in possessions and status. And it can represent fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of the unknown. All of these things can create chains that bind you and prevent you from living your best life. You have to fight these feelings or succumb. But I think the biggest thing the devil represents is limiting beliefs. Those negative thoughts and beliefs that you have about yourself and the world. I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy of love. I'll never be successful. These beliefs can become self-fulfilling prophecies. They can hold you back from pursuing your dreams and living a fulfilling life. They are the devil on your shoulder, whispering in your ear. The devil also loves to play on your insecurities. It will target your weaknesses and exploit your vulnerabilities. It will make you feel like you're trapped, like there's no way out. These are all lies. So, how do you break free from these chains? Well, the first step is awareness. You need to recognize what's holding you back. What are your limiting beliefs? What are your unhealthy attachments? What are your fears? Once you know what you're dealing with, you can start to challenge it. Question your beliefs. Are they really true? Are they serving you? If not, it's time to let them go, and then take action. Start making small changes in your life that will help you to break free from these patterns. Set boundaries with toxic people. Cut back on your social media usage. Pursue your passions. Face your fears. The more you take action, the more empowered you'll feel. It will be slow at first, but you will get there. It is key here to really listen to your heart. What makes you happy? What makes you feel good? Do that, more of that. It sounds so simple, but it is true. The devil wants you to focus on the external. Don't let it, but it is important to be patient with yourself. Breaking free from these chains takes time and effort. Don't get discouraged if you slip up or if you have setbacks. Just keep going, keep learning, keep growing, you will get there. And remember, the moonstone tree is all about balance. The devil is about imbalance, about being trapped in extremes. The moonstone tree is helping you to find that equilibrium, to break free from those chains and live a more balanced and fulfilling life. You have to remember, you are the moonstone tree. You are balanced. Finally, it's important to remember to be kind to yourself. The devil often represents our shadow self, the parts of ourselves that we don't like to acknowledge. It's easy to get caught up in self-blame and self-criticism when you're dealing with these issues. But it's important to remember that you're human. You're not perfect, and you deserve to be treated with compassion and understanding. Love yourself, even the parts of yourself that you don't like. Because those parts are just as important as the parts that you do like. They're part of what makes you whole. You are wonderful, and the chains are just an illusion. The key is already in your pocket. Unlock yourself. So, wow, this is a lot, right? But it's also really powerful. It's like you're being given the opportunity to really transform your life, to break free from anything that's holding you back and step into your full potential. The final card is really going to show the result of all of this. What is the last shackle you will break? Okay, so we have the Chariot. Yes. Ooh, this is a powerful card, like really powerful. So traditionally, the Chariot shows like a warrior in a chariot, right? And they're pulled by like two sphinxes or horses, and they're often going in opposite directions, which is interesting. And this warrior, they don't have reins or really anything connecting them. So this card is all about willpower, control, and success. But it's also about direction, like setting a course and sticking to it, you know. Like overcoming obstacles through sheer determination. It's like you're harnessing all this energy and focusing it to achieve your goals. It is also important to know that the person in the chariot has no actual physical control of the horses, which is so interesting. It is also about what is driving you forward. What is the source of your momentum? It is like, the question is, what is the destination? Now, let's connect this to the Four of Cups. Remember how you were feeling, like apathetic and uninspired. Well, the Chariot is like the antidote to that, you know? It's about taking charge of your life and creating your own excitement. It's about saying, okay, I'm done feeling sorry for myself. I'm done waiting for something to happen. I'm going to make something happen. I mean, with the Four of Cups, you're just kind of sitting there like, meh, right? Like nothing is appealing. But the Chariot is like, get up, get moving. Find something that does excite you and go after it with everything you've got. You can't wait for inspiration to strike, you know? You have to actively seek it out, and you have to be willing to work for it. Because, motivation is not something that you passively receive, it is something you cultivate. That's the energy of the chariot, that drive to choose. And what about that high priestess? I mean, she's all about intuition, right? Well, the chariot needs that intuition to guide its direction. It's not just about blindly charging ahead, it's about knowing where you're going and trusting your inner compass to get you there. It's about listening to that still, small voice that's telling you what's right for you, even when everyone else is telling you something different. It's like the chariot is the action, but the high priestess is the navigation system. You can't just go full speed ahead without knowing where you're going. The high priestess is how you map out your course. She tells you where the road even is, It's like that gut feeling that says, this is the right path, or this doesn't feel right. The chariot needs to listen to that. The high priestess is about all those little messages from the universe that tell you where to go. And then, the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune is all about change, and the chariot is how you harness that change and steer it in your favor. It's about recognizing that life is always in flux and adapting to new circumstances with confidence and determination. It's about not being afraid of the unexpected, but instead, seeing it as an opportunity to grow and evolve. It's like the Wheel of Fortune is throwing all these different possibilities at you, right? And the chariot is about grabbing the reins and taking control of your destiny and saying, okay, universe, I see what you're doing and I'm ready to play this game. I'm going to use this change to my advantage. It's not about resisting the changes, it's about flowing with them but also directing them. It's about being proactive, not reactive. It's like, you're not just a passenger on the Wheel of Fortune, you're the driver of the chariot, steering it through the twists and turns of life. You have to know where you want to go, and that comes from within, from the high priestess, or you could wind up anywhere. And how does it connect to the Hanged Man? The Hanged Man is all about pausing, surrendering, and seeing things from a different perspective. And the chariot is what happens after that pause. It's about taking action based on the insights you gained during that period of reflection. It's about using your willpower to create a new reality for yourself. It's not about blindly charging ahead. It's about moving forward with intention and purpose, armed with a new understanding of yourself and the world around you. It's about integrating the lessons of the Hanged Man into your actions. So, it is like, the Hanged Man helps you see the big picture, and the chariot helps you paint it, right? The Hanged Man is the why, the chariot is the what and the how. And then we have that Eight of Cups, that willingness to walk away, So the chariot isn't just about walking away from something, it's about walking towards something new, something better. It's about having a clear vision of what you want to create in your life and using your willpower to make it happen. It's not just about escaping the past, it's about building a future. With the Eight of Cups, you are in the dark, walking away. But the chariot tells you where to walk to. It is a huge difference. It's like you've left those cups behind, right? You've closed that chapter. Now the chariot is asking, okay, what's next? What are you going to create in its place? Where are you driving now? Is it like, after you let go, you have to fill that space with something positive, something that aligns with your true self? Otherwise, you'll just end up recreating the same patterns over and over again. What road are you going down, and what is at the end of it? But most importantly, how does the chariot deal with that devil? I mean, the devil is all about those chains, those attachments, those limiting beliefs. So the chariot is about using your willpower to break free from those chains and take control of your life. It's about recognizing that you have the power to overcome your inner demons and create a life that's aligned with your highest good. It's about not letting those negative thoughts and beliefs hold you back from pursuing your dreams. It's about saying, I am stronger than my fears. I am worthy of love and success, and I am capable of achieving anything I set my mind to. You are in control of the horses that try to drive you into the ditch, but this is really tricky, right? Because the chariot is also about control, and control is one of the devil's favorite tools. So, how do you make sure you're not just trading one set of chains for another? How do you make sure you're not just using willpower to reinforce those old, unhealthy patterns? The key is awareness. You have to be really honest with yourself about your motivations. Are you trying to control things out of fear or out of love? Are you trying to force things to happen, or are you allowing things to unfold naturally? So it is like the devil whispers, control everything, hold on tight. But the Chariot, guided by the High Priestess, says, direct your energy but don't cling. Trust the process. Trust yourself. The devil is not some external force. It is the worst parts of yourself. So the Chariot requires serious self-awareness. You are fighting yourself, so if you fall, it is because you let yourself. And that's where the Moonstone Tree comes in. The Moonstone Tree is all about balance, and the Chariot is about balanced, focused energy. It's not about brute force. It's about harnessing your willpower and directing it in a way that's aligned with your highest good. It's about finding that equilibrium between control and surrender, between action and inaction. The Moonstone Tree is helping you to stay grounded and centered, even as you're charging forward with determination. It's reminding you to listen to your intuition, to trust the process, and to stay true to yourself. The Chariot is about all that wild, untamed energy, right? And the Moonstone is about smoothing it all out, making it workable and balanced. It's like without that Moonstone energy, the Chariot could easily go off the rails. It could become reckless, impulsive, and destructive. Wow. So it's like you're being called to step into your power, but to do it with awareness, with intention, and with a deep understanding of yourself. It's about harnessing your willpower, but also trusting your intuition. It's about embracing change, but also staying grounded and centered. Like, the question isn't just can you achieve your goals, but how will you achieve them? What kind of energy will you bring to the table? What kind of impact will you have on the world? What road will you take? And that final card will really show the result of that action. You are so close. Okay, so deep breath, we have the Page of Swords. Ooh, this is interesting. This is like the final piece of the puzzle. So traditionally, the Page of Swords, it shows a young figure, right? Holding a sword, and they're often standing in like a windy or turbulent environment. It looks like a youthful and spirited intellect, ready to learn and grow. So this card is all about new ideas, communication, and being assertive, but it's also about being like a little bit impulsive and scattered, you know? It is that youthful need to prove yourself, so you jump into the fray before you are ready. It is about new approaches and cutting away old thoughts. It is about speaking your truth, which is the ultimate skill you have learned on this journey. So it can also mean some nervousness about speaking up, but needing to do it anyway. Now, let's connect this to the Four of Cups. Remember how you were feeling, like apathetic and uninspired. The Page of Swords is saying that the way out of that apathy is to start exploring new ideas and communicating your thoughts and feelings, which is awesome. You can't just sit around waiting for inspiration to strike. You need to actively seek it out. Start reading, start writing, start talking to people, start brainstorming new possibilities, you know? Start using your mind in a more active and creative way. With the Four of Cups, you were closed off, but the Page of Swords is about opening up and sharing your ideas with the world. It's like the Four of Cups is the problem, and the Page of Swords is the solution. You use words to cut away all the feelings of like being stuck. But even more than that, use your voice to ask for change. I mean, with the Four of Cups, you're just kind of like, meh, right? But the Page of Swords is like, okay, I'm not happy with this, so I'm going to start exploring new options and communicating my needs. Okay, what about that High Priestess? She's all about intuition, right? Well, the Page of Swords is how you express that intuition, which is so key. So this is the next step in your evolution. It's not enough to just have those insights. You need to be able to articulate them and share them with others. It is like the High Priestess whispers, and the Page of Swords shouts it from the rooftops. The Page of Swords isn't just listening to your intuition. It's about trusting it enough to share it, even if it's unconventional or unpopular. And what about the Wheel of Fortune? The Wheel of Fortune is all about change, and the Page of Swords is about communicating those changes and adapting to them. It's about staying informed, being open to new information, and being willing to adjust your plans as needed. It's like the Wheel of Fortune is throwing all these different possibilities at you, right? And the Page of Swords is about analyzing those possibilities, figuring out what they mean for you, and communicating your decisions to others. You might need to talk to a lot of different people or read a lot of different articles, but make sure that you are hearing what you are supposed to be hearing. And then, how does it connect to the Hanged Man? The Hanged Man is all about pausing, surrendering, and seeing things from a different perspective, and the Page of Swords is about communicating those new perspectives to others. It's about sharing your insights, even if they're unconventional or challenging. It's about using your voice to inspire others and to create positive change in the world. It's like the Hanged Man helps you see the world in a new way, and the Page of Swords helps you explain that new vision to others. Then we have that Eight of Cups, that willingness to walk away. So this is also about walking towards something new, something better. It's about having a clear vision of what you want to create in your life and using your communication skills to make it happen. It's about not just escaping the past, but about building a future. With the Eight of Cups, you walk away, and the Page of Swords tells everyone where you went and what you are doing. And the Devil is all about those chains, those attachments, those limiting beliefs. So, it is about using your voice to break free from those chains and take control of your life. It's about challenging those negative thoughts and beliefs and replacing them with positive affirmations. It's about speaking your truth, even when it's scary, which is huge. And finally, the Chariot. Remember, the Chariot has a destination. The Page of Swords helps you find it. It's about setting a clear intention and then communicating that intention to others. It's about using your words to inspire and motivate yourself and others, and it's about staying focused on your goals, even when you face obstacles or challenges. The Page of Swords helps you map your route, avoid detours, and gather allies. You use your voice to inspire, but also to ask for help. So what does the Page of Swords actually represent? Well, it can represent a lot of things. It can represent a new idea, or a new project, or a new way of thinking, or a new skill that you want to learn. It can also represent a message that you need to communicate, or a conversation that you need to have, or a decision that you need to make. But most importantly, I think, it represents your voice. Your ability to express yourself clearly and confidently, and to use your words to create positive change in the world. And because it is a page, it requires some youthful energy. Think about it. Now is the time to try new things. Now is the time to reach out. But because it is swords, it is about guarding yourself against bad ideas. It's not about blindly accepting everything that comes your way. It's about being discerning and critical. You need to use your mind to analyze information, to weigh the pros and cons, and to make informed decisions. Don't believe everything you hear. Do your research. Trust your gut. But it is also important to stay open-minded and flexible. You need to be willing to change your mind if you learn new information, and you need to be willing to adapt to new circumstances. The Page of Swords is all about lifelong learning, about always seeking new knowledge and new perspectives. Also, you may need to guard yourself from saying too much too soon. It can be hard to remember that other people are not on the same journey as you, and they may not be ready to hear what you have to say. You do have to be smart. So, how can you actually embody the energy of the Page of Swords in your everyday life? Well, start by paying attention to your thoughts and feelings, and start expressing them in a clear and confident way. Don't be afraid to speak your mind, even if it's unpopular. Be willing to challenge the status quo and to stand up for what you believe in. But also, be willing to listen to other people's perspectives and to consider different points of view. So, this all means that you may need to set some boundaries for yourself as well, because people may not be as open as you are. Also, start pursuing new interests and learning new skills. Read books, take classes, attend workshops, join clubs. Never stop learning. Never stop growing. The world is full of amazing things to discover, so get out there and explore. And finally, practice self-care. The Page of Swords can be a very mentally stimulating card, so it's important to take care of your mind. Make sure you're getting enough sleep, eating healthy foods, and exercising regularly. Take breaks when you need them, and don't be afraid to ask for help when you're feeling overwhelmed. Also, be patient with yourself. The Page of Swords is about learning and growing, so don't expect to be perfect right away. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to stumble and fall. Just keep going. Keep learning, keep growing. And remember the Moonstone Tree. The Moonstone Tree is all about balance, and the Page of Swords is about finding that balance between intellect and intuition, between communication and listening, between assertiveness and diplomacy. The Moonstone Tree is helping you to find that equilibrium, to express yourself clearly and confidently, but also to be open to new perspectives and to listen to the needs of others. You need to share the journey of your heart. That may be your ultimate purpose. So it is like the Moonstone Tree is grounding your thoughts, helping you to communicate with compassion and understanding, and ensuring that your words are aligned with your highest good. You have to have a firm grip on that sword and guide it with love. So, wow, okay, what does this all mean? Well, it means that you are on the verge of something amazing. This whole reading has been about you finding your voice, and now you are really ready to use it, right? You've gone from feeling stuck and apathetic to unlocking your intuition, to embracing change, to breaking free from limitations, to harnessing your willpower, and now you are ready to share your gifts with the world. But you cannot go too fast. The Moonstone demands it. And the universe is so very excited to see what you do with it. You are so powerful, so intelligent, and so full of potential, and you are capable of achieving anything you set your mind to, which is huge. You know. So trust yourself, trust your intuition, and don't be afraid to speak your truth. The world needs your voice. The world needs your ideas, and the world needs your light. Go for it. You've got this. You really, really do. Hi there, welcome to your reading, and thank you so much for being here. If you chose the Lapis Lazuli Sun with its grounding energy, this reading about anchoring to your purpose is especially for you. We're going to see what foundational truths will empower you to manifest your path with unwavering clarity. So, let's get right into these cards, because, wow, they have a lot to say. Okay, so we have the Devil, the Ten of Wands, and the Nine of Wands. Right off the bat, this feels like a really intense but ultimately empowering journey. Like, we're seeing some serious struggles here, but also a ton of resilience, which is really, really awesome. It's like, yeah, things are hard, but you're not giving up, and that's the key. So let's start with the Devil. This card often gets a bad rap, but it's not necessarily about being evil or anything like that. It's more about feeling trapped, right? Like being bound by something, whether it's a limiting belief, a toxic relationship, or even just a really bad habit. It's about those chains that we put on ourselves, sometimes without even realizing it. Think about it, have you been feeling stuck lately? Like there's something you really want to do or be, but there's this invisible force holding you back. Maybe it's fear of failure, maybe it's worrying about what other people will think, or maybe it's just a deep-seated belief that you're not good enough. These are all Devil card things. And it's not about someone else doing this to you. It's usually about what you're doing to yourself, you know. The Devil card is like, hey, wake up. You have the power to break these chains. It's about recognizing what's holding you back and then taking the steps to free yourself. It's about realizing that the key is in your own hands, which can be scary, but also incredibly empowering. It's a call to look at those things that you're maybe a little ashamed of, those things you try to hide, and bring them into the light. Because once you acknowledge them, they lose their power over you. And you know, the Lapis Lazuli Sun is all about grounding and clarity, so it's like it's helping you to see these things for what they are, without judgment, so you can actually start to work on them. It's like shining a light into a dark corner. It's not always pretty, but it's necessary. Okay, so that's the Devil. Now we move on to the Ten of Wands. Oh man, this card is all about being overburdened. Like, you're carrying way too much on your shoulders, right? It's that feeling of being completely overwhelmed, like you're drowning in responsibilities and you just can't see a way out. You're doing all the things, but you're not enjoying any of them, and you're probably exhausted all the time. Think about all the things you're juggling right now. Are you saying yes to everything, even when you really want to say no? Are you taking on other people's problems as your own? Are you trying to do everything perfectly instead of just letting some things slide? The Ten of Wands is a sign that you need to lighten your load. It's about prioritizing what's truly important and letting go of the rest. It's also about asking for help. Like, seriously, you don't have to do everything alone. There are people in your life who care about you and want to support you, so let them. Delegate tasks, set boundaries, and don't be afraid to say no. Your well-being is more important than pleasing everyone else. The Lapis Lazuli Sun can really help with this too, because it's about grounding yourself in your own truth and knowing what you need. It's about recognizing when you're at your limit and honoring that limit instead of pushing yourself to the breaking point. You can't pour from an empty cup, and the Ten of Wands is a big red flag that your cup is bone dry. And see how these two cards are already starting to connect. The Devil can be about feeling trapped in these cycles, right? These patterns of over-responsibility that lead to the Ten of Wands, which leaves you completely drained and feeling like you can't escape the cycle. All right, so now we have the Nine of Wands. This card is like, okay, you've been through a lot, you're tired, you're maybe a little wounded, but you're still standing. It's about resilience, perseverance, and not giving up, even when things are really tough. It's that last stand kind of energy, right? You've faced challenges in the past and you've overcome them. You have the strength and the experience to get through this too. The Nine of Wands is a reminder that you're tougher than you think. It's about digging deep and finding that inner reservoir of strength that you didn't even know you had. But it's also a warning not to become too guarded or defensive. After being through so much, it's natural to want to protect yourself, but don't let that fear keep you from moving forward. Don't let past experiences define your future. The Lapis Lazuli Sun can help you stay grounded in the present moment, so you can learn from the past without being trapped by it. It's about recognizing your wounds, but not letting them fester. It's about being brave enough to open yourself up to new possibilities, even when it feels scary. This card is also showing that you're so close, right? All this struggle, and you're right on the verge of a breakthrough. Don't let that exhaustion win. Don't let the weight of the Ten of Wands drag you down now when you're so close to the finish line. Okay, so let's pull this all together. What a trio of cards. So, like I was saying, these cards together paint a picture of someone who's feeling trapped by their own limitations, burdened by too much responsibility, but ultimately resilient and determined to overcome those challenges. You're being called to break free from those self-imposed chains, lighten your load, and tap into your inner strength. The Devil is showing you what's holding you back, those limiting beliefs, those toxic patterns. The Ten of Wands is screaming at you to prioritize yourself, to ask for help, to say no. And the Nine of Wands is reminding you that you have the strength to get through this, that you're so close to a breakthrough. And the Lapis Lazuli Sun crystal is the key to all of this. It's about grounding yourself in your purpose, finding clarity, and staying strong through the tough times. It's about knowing your worth, setting boundaries, and not letting fear hold you back. It's about remembering why you started this journey in the first place and using that as your fuel to keep going. I feel like, for you, anchoring to your purpose means getting really honest with yourself about what you want and what you need. It means shedding those old skins, letting go of the baggage, and stepping into your power. It means recognizing that you are worthy of joy, of abundance, of love, and that you deserve to create a life that feels truly aligned with your soul. It's not going to be easy, but you're not alone. The universe is supporting you, your guides are cheering you on, and you have the strength within you to make it happen. Just remember to breathe, to stay grounded, and to trust the process. And hey, speaking of trust, let's see what the next card has to say about trusting the journey, okay? And speaking of trust, let's see what the next card has to say about trusting the journey, okay? Oh, wow, the Ace of Cups. Okay, this is beautiful. After all of that intensity, we're seeing a real turning point here, a fresh start, like the universe is saying. Okay, you've learned your lessons, now here's a big, overflowing cup of love and new beginnings. Seriously, this card is all about emotional fulfillment, about opening your heart to new possibilities. It's like, you've been through the ringer, right? With the Devil and the Ten of Wands, it's been a tough climb. But the Nine of Wands showed you have the strength, and now, bam, here comes the Ace of Cups, offering you this amazing opportunity. It's almost like because you didn't give up, because you kept going even when it was hard, the universe is rewarding you with this beautiful gift. Think about it. What does a new beginning feel like to you? What does love feel like to you? Because this card is all about those feelings. It's about that sense of hope, that sense of excitement, that sense of possibility. It's about feeling like anything is possible, like you're finally on the right track. Now, the Ace of Cups can show up in different ways, right? It could be a new romantic relationship, absolutely. Maybe someone is about to come into your life who is going to just completely sweep you off your feet. Someone who is going to love you for who you are, who is going to support your dreams, who is going to make you feel safe and cherished. And after the Devil card, you deserve that kind of love. You deserve to be with someone who lifts you up, not someone who holds you back, and the Ace of Cups is a really, really good sign that that's on its way. But it's not just about romantic love, okay? It can also be about a new creative project, something that really lights you up inside. Maybe you've been wanting to start a blog, or write a book, or learn to paint, or whatever it is that makes your heart sing. The Ace of Cups is saying, go for it. Now is the time. It's about tapping into that creative energy and letting it flow. It's about expressing yourself, about sharing your gifts with the world. And honestly, after feeling so burdened by the Ten of Wands, pouring your energy into something creative could be exactly what you need to lighten your load and bring some joy back into your life. Or, you know what else it could be? It could be a deeper connection with yourself. Maybe you've been so busy taking care of everyone else that you've forgotten to take care of yourself. The Ace of Cups is a reminder that you deserve love and compassion, too. It's about practicing self-care, about setting boundaries, about saying no to things that drain you. It's about really getting to know yourself, your needs, your desires, and honoring them. It's like you've been fighting so hard, like that Nine of Wands energy of holding on. Now is time to open that heart to yourself. And that's where the Lapis Lazuli Sun comes in, right? Because grounding is so important for all of this. It's about staying connected to your truth, about not getting carried away by the excitement of the new beginning. The Ace of Cups can be so intoxicating, right? It can feel like everything is perfect, like nothing can go wrong. But the Lapis Lazuli Sun is saying, hold on a second. Stay grounded. Remember what you've learned. Don't repeat the same mistakes. It's about bringing that clarity and focus to this new beginning so you can build a solid foundation for the future. Because let's be real, even with the Ace of Cups, there are going to be challenges. There are going to be moments of doubt, moments of fear, moments when you want to give up. That's just life. But the Ace of Cups is a reminder that you have the strength to overcome those challenges, that you have the love and support you need to get through anything. Maybe you'll start to worry that you're not good enough, like that old Devil card energy creeping back in. Maybe you'll start to feel overwhelmed again, like the Ten of Wands is just waiting around the corner. But the key is to recognize those feelings when they arise and to not let them control you. To remember the lessons you've learned, to stay grounded in your truth, and to keep moving forward one step at a time. And you know what? Maybe you're even a little afraid of this new beginning. Maybe you're so used to the struggle that you don't know how to handle things going well. Maybe you're afraid of getting hurt again, of being disappointed. That's totally understandable, especially after everything you've been through. But the Ace of Cups is asking you to trust yourself, to trust the universe, to trust that you deserve this happiness. Think of it like this. You've been wandering in the desert for a long time, and you're finally seeing an oasis in the distance. It's tempting to think it's just a mirage, that it's not real. But the Ace of Cups is saying, no, it's real. It's there for you. All you have to do is reach out and take it. The Lapis Lazuli Sun can help you with that fear, too. It's about connecting to your intuition, about listening to your inner voice. It's about knowing that you're being guided, that you're not alone on this journey. It's about trusting that everything is happening for a reason, even when you don't understand it. Grounding into the truth that you are worthy of this new beginning. So, how do you embrace this Ace of Cups fully? How do you make the most of this opportunity? How do you nurture this new beginning so it can blossom into something truly amazing? Well, that's what the next cards are going to tell us, right? I am so excited to see what guidance they have for you, because this is just the beginning, my friend. This Ace of Cups is just the seed, and now it's time to plant it, to water it, to watch it grow. And I have a feeling that what's coming is going to be even more beautiful than you can imagine. It feels like all of this hard work is finally paying off, and the universe is ready to shower you with blessings. Let's keep going. Okay, so after the Ace of Cups, we have the Four of Swords. Wow. This is like a really interesting shift, right? Because we went from this overflowing cup of new beginnings to stillness. It's almost like the universe is saying, okay, you've got this amazing opportunity, but before you jump in, you need to take a breath. You know. I think after all that intensity with the Devil, the Ten of Wands, and even the Nine of Wands, you're exhausted. You need a break. The Four of Swords is all about rest, recovery, and contemplation. It's about stepping away from the chaos and finding some peace and quiet. It's about recharging your batteries so you can come back stronger and more focused. I think like you've been running a marathon, and now you've reached a checkpoint where you can finally stop and catch your breath. It's not about giving up, it's about taking a strategic pause. You know, sometimes the best way to move forward is to stop moving for a little while. So, what does this rest look like for you? Well, it could be different things. It could be literally taking a vacation, getting away from your everyday life and just relaxing. Maybe going to a spa, spending time in nature, or just curling up with a good book. It could also be more of a mental or emotional break. Maybe it's about disconnecting from social media, turning off your phone, and just being present in the moment. Maybe it's about spending time in meditation, journaling, or doing something creative that helps you to unwind. I think the key here is to really listen to your body and your mind, and to give yourself what you need. Don't feel guilty about taking time for yourself. You deserve it. You know, you've been working so hard, and you need to replenish your energy. And this isn't just about physical rest, okay? It's also about mental and emotional rest. It's about processing everything that's happened, integrating the lessons you've learned, and getting clear on what you want to do next. You know, the Ace of Cups is this amazing opportunity, but you need to be clear on how you want to use it. You need to have a plan. And the Four of Swords is giving you the time and space to create that plan. It's like, okay, the universe has handed you this gift, but it's unassembled, right? You've got to read the instructions, figure out where each piece goes, and then put it all together. This is that instruction manual time, you know? This is when you figure out how all of this new opportunity actually works for you. But there's also a potential downside to the Four of Swords, okay? It's important to be aware of this. Sometimes, this card can indicate avoidance. It can be a sign that you're using rest as an excuse to avoid taking action, to avoid facing your fears, or to avoid making difficult decisions. You know, maybe you're afraid of failing, or maybe you're afraid of succeeding. Whatever it is, you're using this time of rest to procrastinate. I think it's really important, too, to look at this in the context of the Devil card, right? Because the Devil is all about feeling trapped, and sometimes we use rest as a way to stay in our comfort zone, even if that comfort zone is actually holding us back. You know, it's easy to stay on the couch, binge-watching Netflix, but is that really serving you? Is that really helping you to break free from those chains? Or think about the Ten of Wands. Maybe you're so overwhelmed that you just shut down completely. You know, you're so exhausted from carrying all those burdens that you just can't even think about taking action. And that's understandable. But the Four of Swords is a reminder that rest is meant to be temporary. It's meant to be a stepping stone, not a final destination. So how do you know if you're truly resting or if you're just avoiding? I think, like, the key is to be honest with yourself. Are you using this time to recharge and reflect, or are you using it to escape? Are you feeling refreshed and energized, or are you feeling stagnant and bored? If you're feeling stagnant and bored, then it's probably a sign that you need to start taking some action, even if it's just small steps. You know, maybe it's about setting a small goal for yourself, like writing one page of your book or going for a walk in the park. Maybe it's about reaching out to a friend or mentor and asking for support. The Lapis Lazuli sun is really helpful here because it's all about grounding and clarity. It's about getting really honest with yourself about what you need and what you're feeling. It's about connecting to your intuition and trusting your inner voice. You know, the Lapis Lazuli sun is like a lighthouse, guiding you through the fog. It's helping you to see clearly so you can make the right decisions for yourself. It's like it's cutting through all the BS so you can finally see what's really going on, you know. And it's also important to remember the Nine of Wands, okay? Because that card is all about resilience and perseverance. It's a reminder that you've been through tough times before, and you've always come out stronger on the other side. You have the strength and the courage to face whatever challenges come your way. The Four of Swords isn't about hiding from the world. It's about preparing yourself to re-enter it with renewed strength and focus. It's about honoring your limits, but also about not letting your fears hold you back. So how do you find that balance? How do you use this time of rest to your advantage? I think, the key is to be mindful and intentional. Don't just drift aimlessly. Set some goals for yourself, even if they're small ones. Use this time to reflect on your past experiences, to learn from your mistakes, and to get clear on your vision for the future. And most importantly, be kind to yourself. You know, you've been through a lot, and you deserve to take a break. Don't beat yourself up if you're not as productive as you think you should be. Just focus on taking care of yourself and on recharging your batteries. I think, looking at all these cards together, it's like, you're in a chrysalis right now. You've gone through this intense period of transformation, and now you're in this quiet, still space where you're preparing to emerge as something new and beautiful. The Ace of Cups is the promise of that transformation, but the Four of Swords is the necessary pause before it happens. It's the time when the butterfly is forming inside the chrysalis, unseen, but essential. And the Lapis Lazuli sun is helping you to stay grounded and clear during this process. It's helping you to trust that even though you can't see what's happening, everything is unfolding exactly as it should. It's like, even in the darkness, you know that the sun will rise again. So embrace this time of rest, my friend. Allow yourself to recharge, to reflect, and to prepare for the amazing opportunities that are coming your way. Don't be afraid to slow down. Don't be afraid to be still. Trust that the universe is working on your behalf, even when you can't see it. But also, don't get stuck in this state of rest. Remember that the goal is to emerge from the chrysalis, to spread your wings, and to fly. The Ace of Cups is waiting for you, but you have to be willing to take action to claim it. And hey, what kind of action, right? What's the next step after this period of rest and contemplation? I am so excited to see what the final card has to say about moving forward, okay? Because, this feels like it's all building to something really incredible. Okay, wow, so the next card after that period of rest is the Nine of Swords. Oh, honey. Okay, this is a little bit of a tough one, right? I mean, after the Ace of Cups and the Four of Swords, we're now looking at some anxiety, some worry, some sleepless nights. But don't panic. It's not all doom and gloom, I promise. I think it's really important to look at this card in the context of everything else we've seen, you know. So, the Nine of Swords is the card of anxiety, right? It's that feeling of being completely overwhelmed by your thoughts, of lying awake at night just replaying every mistake you've ever made, worrying about every possible thing that could go wrong. It's like your mind is a runaway train and you just can't stop it, you know? It's that feeling of dread, of impending doom, even when you don't really know what you're dreading. Think about it. Have you been feeling particularly anxious lately? Have you been having trouble sleeping? Are you finding yourself just spiraling down these rabbit holes of worry? Because the Nine of Swords is a big indicator that that's what's going on. But here's the thing, right? The Nine of Swords is often about perceived threats, not actual threats. It's about the stories we tell ourselves, the worst-case scenarios we create in our minds. It's about letting our fears run wild and taking over our thoughts. So it's not necessarily about something bad happening. It's about the fear of something bad happening. You know, the monster under the bed is almost always scarier than the actual monster, right? And that's the energy of the Nine of Swords. It's also about feeling trapped by your own thoughts, right? You know you're being irrational, you know you're exaggerating, but you just can't seem to break free from those negative thought patterns. It's like you're stuck in a loop, replaying the same anxieties over and over again. And honestly, that can be exhausting. It can drain your energy, it can affect your mood, it can even affect your physical health. So it's really important to address these anxieties, to not just let them fester and grow. The Nine of Swords can show up in different ways, too, right? Sometimes it's about feeling guilty or ashamed about something you've done in the past. Maybe you made a mistake, maybe you hurt someone's feelings, and you just can't forgive yourself. You keep replaying it in your mind, beating yourself up over and over again. Other times, it's about worrying about the future. Maybe you're afraid of failing at something, maybe you're afraid of losing something, and you just can't stop thinking about all the things that could go wrong. Or maybe it's about feeling completely overwhelmed by your responsibilities, like you just can't handle everything that's on your plate. You know, like that Ten of Wands energy coming back to haunt you. It's like you're drowning in stress and you just don't see a way out. And honestly, all of those things can contribute to those sleepless nights, to that feeling of anxiety and dread. But the important thing to remember is that you're not alone in this, okay? Everyone experiences anxiety at some point in their lives. It's a normal human emotion, but it's also something that you can manage, that you can overcome. You don't have to let your anxieties control you. You have the power to take back your thoughts, to break free from those negative patterns, and to find some peace and quiet in your mind. So, how does this Nine of Swords connect to the other cards we've seen? Well, I think it's really important to look at it in the context of the Devil, right? Because the Devil is all about feeling trapped by your own limitations, by your own beliefs. And sometimes those limiting beliefs can manifest as anxiety. You know, maybe you're afraid of stepping into your power, of pursuing your dreams because you don't believe you're good enough. And that fear can create a lot of anxiety, a lot of self-doubt. It's like that little voice in your head saying, "You can't do it. You're going to fail. What will people think?" And that voice can be really, really loud sometimes. But it's important to remember that that voice is not the truth. It's just a fear-based belief that you've picked up along the way. And you can challenge that belief, you can change that belief, you can choose to believe something different. And it's also important to consider the Ten of Wands. Because when you're carrying too much on your shoulders, when you're feeling overwhelmed by responsibilities, it's natural to feel anxious. You know, you're worried about dropping the ball, about letting people down, about not being able to handle everything. And that worry can create a lot of stress, a lot of tension. But the Ten of Wands is a sign that you need to lighten your load, to prioritize what's truly important, and to let go of the rest. And that can actually help to alleviate some of that anxiety. When you're not trying to do everything perfectly, when you're not trying to please everyone, you have more energy to focus on what really matters. You have more time to take care of yourself, to relax, and to find some peace and quiet. Then we get the Nine of Wands, which is all about resilience, about not giving up. And honestly, dealing with anxiety requires a lot of resilience. It's not something that you can just fix overnight. It's a process, it's a journey. There will be ups and downs, good days and bad days. But the Nine of Wands is a reminder that you're stronger than you think. You've overcome challenges in the past, and you can overcome this too. You have the inner strength to face your fears, to challenge your negative thoughts, and to find some peace and quiet in your mind. It's like this card is saying, "Hey, I know you're tired, but you've got this." And then we have the Ace of Cups, which is all about new beginnings, about emotional fulfillment. And honestly, anxiety can really block you from experiencing those new beginnings, from feeling that emotional fulfillment. You know, if you're constantly worried about what could go wrong, you're not going to be able to fully embrace the opportunities that are coming your way. You're going to be too focused on the negative, too afraid to take risks, too worried about getting hurt. So it's really important to address your anxieties, to clear the path so you can fully step into that Ace of Cups energy. And the Four of Swords? Well, that's about rest, recovery, and contemplation. And honestly, that's exactly what you need when you're dealing with anxiety. You need to take a break from the chaos, to find some peace and quiet, to recharge your batteries. But it's also important to use that time wisely, to not just avoid your problems, but to actually address them. to use that time to reflect on your thoughts, to identify your triggers, and to develop some coping mechanisms. So, how do you overcome the challenges of the Nine of Swords? How do you manage your anxiety and find some peace of mind? Well, there are a lot of different things you can do, and what works for one person might not work for another. So it's important to experiment, to try different things, and to find what resonates with you. But here are a few suggestions, okay? First of all, practice mindfulness. Mindfulness is all about being present in the moment, about paying attention to your thoughts and feelings without judgment. And honestly, that can be really helpful for managing anxiety. When you're mindful, you're less likely to get caught up in those negative thought patterns, less likely to get carried away by your fears. You're able to observe your thoughts and feelings from a distance, to recognize them for what they are, just thoughts and feelings, not necessarily the truth. There are a lot of different ways to practice mindfulness, right? You can meditate, you can do yoga, you can go for a walk in nature, or you can just simply pay attention to your breath. The key is to find something that helps you to stay grounded in the present moment, something that helps you to quiet your mind. Secondly, challenge your negative thoughts. Like I said, the Nine of Swords is often about perceived threats, not actual threats. It's about the stories we tell ourselves, the worst-case scenarios we create in our minds. So it's important to challenge those stories, to ask yourself if they're really true. Are you exaggerating the situation? Are you jumping to conclusions? Are you focusing on the negative and ignoring the positive? Often, when you really examine your negative thoughts, you'll find that they're not as accurate or as realistic as you thought. And you can replace those negative thoughts with more positive, more realistic ones. It takes practice, but it's definitely possible. Thirdly, practice self-care. When you're dealing with anxiety, it's really important to take care of yourself, both physically and emotionally. That means getting enough sleep, eating healthy foods, exercising regularly, and making time for things that you enjoy. It also means setting boundaries, saying no to things that drain you, and prioritizing your own needs. When you're taking care of yourself, you're better equipped to handle stress, to manage your emotions, and to cope with anxiety. Fourthly, seek support. You don't have to go through this alone. Talk to a friend, a family member, a therapist, or a support group. Sharing your feelings with someone else can be really helpful. It can help you to feel less alone, to gain a new perspective, and to get some support and encouragement. A therapist can also help you to identify the root causes of your anxiety and to develop some coping mechanisms. And lastly, remember that this too shall pass. Anxiety is not a permanent state. It's a temporary feeling that will eventually fade. When you're in the midst of an anxiety attack, it can feel like it will never end. But it will. Just remember to breathe, to stay grounded, and to trust that you have the strength to get through it. And honestly, the Lapis Lazuli sun is so key here, because grounding is everything when you're dealing with anxiety. It's about staying connected to your body, to your breath, to the present moment. It's about not letting your thoughts carry you away. The Lapis Lazuli sun can help you to stay grounded, to stay centered, and to remember your purpose. It's like it's anchoring you to the earth, giving you the strength and stability you need to weather the storm. It's also about finding clarity, about seeing things as they really are, not as your anxiety is making them out to be. The Lapis Lazuli sun can help you to see through the fog of fear and to recognize the truth. And the truth is that you're stronger than you think, you're more capable than you believe, and you're worthy of love, of joy, of peace. Anchoring to your purpose means remembering why you're here, what you're passionate about, and what you want to create in the world. It's about focusing on your goals, on your dreams, and on the things that bring you joy. When you're connected to your purpose, you're less likely to get caught up in your anxieties, less likely to let your fears hold you back. You're able to stay focused on what really matters, to keep moving forward, even when things get tough. So, how do you anchor to your purpose when you're feeling anxious? I think it's about taking small steps, about doing things that align with your values, about connecting to your passions. It's about remembering why you started this journey in the first place, and using that as your fuel to keep going. And hey, what's the final piece of the puzzle? What's the final message that the universe wants you to hear? Let's pull that last card and find out. Okay, wow, so the final card is the Sun. Oh my goodness, that is just like the perfect ending to this reading, right? I mean, after all that we've been through with the Devil and the Ten of Wands and even the Nine of Swords, to end on the Sun is just... It's like the universe is giving you a giant hug, you know. This card is all about joy, about happiness, about success, about vitality, about freedom. It's like everything is finally coming together, and you're stepping into this amazing new chapter of your life where everything just feels good. Seriously, the Sun is like one of the most positive cards in the entire deck. It's like the ultimate good omen, right? It's a sign that you're on the right path, that you're doing the right things, and that everything is going to work out even better than you imagined. It's about feeling confident, about feeling optimistic, about feeling like you can conquer anything. Think about what the Sun means to you, right? It's warmth, it's light, it's energy, it's life. And that's exactly what this card represents. It's about feeling alive, about feeling energized, about feeling like you're shining your light out into the world. Now, the Sun can show up in different ways, right? It could be a sign that you're about to achieve a major goal, something you've been working towards for a long time. Maybe you're about to get a promotion, maybe you're about to launch a successful business, maybe you're about to finally finish that project you've been putting off. Whatever it is, the Sun is saying, you're going to do it, you're going to succeed, and you're going to feel amazing while you're doing it. You know what else it could be. It could be a sign that you're about to experience a period of intense joy and happiness in your personal life. Maybe you're about to fall in love, maybe you're about to get married, maybe you're about to have a baby. Whatever it is, the Sun is saying, you're going to feel so much love, so much joy, so much happiness that you're going to feel like you're glowing from the inside out. Honestly, after the Nine of Swords, you deserve this, you know? You deserve to feel that sense of peace and happiness. It's like all that anxiety is finally melting away, and you're able to just breathe and relax and enjoy the moment. But here's the thing, right? The Sun isn't just about external success or external happiness. It's also about internal joy, about feeling good about yourself, about loving yourself for who you are. It's about recognizing your own worth, about believing in your own potential, about knowing that you deserve to be happy. And that's where the Lapis Lazuli Sun crystal comes in, right? Because grounding is so important for all of this. It's about staying connected to your truth, about not getting carried away by the excitement, about remembering what's really important to you. The Sun can be so dazzling, right? It can feel like everything is perfect, like nothing can go wrong. But the Lapis Lazuli Sun is saying, hold on a second. Stay grounded. Remember what you've learned. Don't repeat the same mistakes. It's about bringing that clarity and focus to this joy so you can build a solid foundation for the future. Think about it with the Devil card. We talked about feeling trapped by your own limitations, right? But the Sun is saying, you're free. You're no longer bound by those limitations. You can do anything you set your mind to. It's about breaking free from those chains, about recognizing your own power, about stepping into your full potential. The Sun is shining a light on all those dark corners, revealing the truth, revealing your strength, revealing your beauty. And with the Ten of Wands, we talked about feeling overwhelmed by responsibilities, right? But the Sun is saying, you don't have to carry all that weight anymore. You can lighten your load, you can ask for help, you can prioritize what's truly important. It's about releasing those burdens, about delegating tasks, about saying no to things that drain you, about creating more space for joy and happiness in your life. The Sun is melting away all that stress and tension, leaving you feeling light and free. Then we had the Nine of Wands, which is all about resilience, about not giving up. And honestly, the Sun is a reward for that resilience. It's a sign that all your hard work, all your perseverance has finally paid off. It's about recognizing your own strength, about celebrating your accomplishments, about feeling proud of yourself for everything you've overcome. The Sun is shining down on you, acknowledging your efforts and showering you with blessings. The Ace of Cups, with its new beginnings, it's like the Sun is amplifying that energy. It's saying, this new beginning is going to be even more amazing than you imagined. It's going to bring you so much joy, so much happiness, so much love. It's about embracing those new opportunities, about opening your heart to new possibilities, about trusting that everything is happening for your highest good. The sun is illuminating your path, guiding you towards your dreams, and helping you to create a life that you truly love. But we also had the Four of Swords, that time of rest and contemplation. And the sun is saying, okay, you've rested, you've recovered, you've contemplated. Now it's time to shine. It's time to take action, to pursue your goals, to share your gifts with the world. It's about emerging from that quiet space, about stepping into the spotlight, about letting your light shine brightly. The sun is giving you the energy, the confidence, and the motivation you need to make your dreams a reality. And then, of course, we had the Nine of Swords, that anxiety, that worry, those sleepless nights. And the sun is saying, those anxieties are fading away. You're no longer trapped by those negative thoughts. You're free to embrace joy, to embrace happiness, to embrace peace. It's about releasing those fears, about challenging those limiting beliefs, about finding some peace and quiet in your mind. The sun is melting away all that darkness, replacing it with light, with hope, with optimism. So how do you fully embrace this sun energy? How do you make the most of this amazing opportunity? Well, first of all, it's about believing in yourself, right? It's about knowing that you deserve to be happy, that you deserve to be successful, that you deserve to live a life that you love. Don't let those old doubts and fears creep back in. Remember how far you've come, remember all the challenges you've overcome, and remember that you have the strength to create the life you want. It's about taking inspired action, about pursuing your goals with passion and enthusiasm, about not being afraid to take risks. Don't let fear hold you back. Trust that the universe is supporting you, that you're on the right path, and that everything is going to work out even better than you imagined. It's about practicing gratitude, about appreciating all the good things in your life, about focusing on the positive. Don't dwell on the negative, don't get caught up in the drama, just focus on the joy, the happiness, and the love. The more you appreciate what you have, the more you'll attract even more good things into your life. And the Lapis Lazuli Sun Crystal is there to help you every step of the way, right? It's about keeping you grounded, about keeping you clear, about keeping you connected to your purpose. It's about reminding you of your worth, about helping you to stay focused on your goals, about supporting you as you create the life you love. It's like this crystal is a constant reminder of your own inner light, of your own potential, of your own power. So embrace this sun energy, my friend. Let it fill you with joy, with happiness, with success, with vitality, with freedom. You deserve it. You've worked hard for it, and the universe is ready to shower you with blessings. This is your time to shine. This is your time to thrive. This is your time to live your best life. Remember though, even with the sun, there might still be some cloudy days, right? Life isn't always perfect, and there will be times when you feel down, when you feel challenged, when you feel like giving up. But the key is to remember the lessons you've learned, to stay grounded in your purpose, and to trust that even after the storm, the sun will always shine again. And honestly, with all these cards together, it's like you've built this incredible foundation for yourself, this inner strength, this resilience, this clarity. And that's going to carry you through anything, you know. You're ready for whatever comes your way. Okay, so what's the big takeaway here? What's the final message that the universe wants you to hear? Well, I think it's this. You are worthy of joy, you are capable of success, and you have the power to create the life of your dreams. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Don't let your fears hold you back, and don't ever give up on yourself. Shine your light brightly, and let the world see your beauty, and trust in yourself. Okay, wow, the sun. So let's really bring this all together because honestly, this reading is like a roller coaster, right? But in the best possible way. So we started with the devil, and that was showing you those chains, those things holding you back, those limiting beliefs that you've been carrying around, sometimes without even realizing it, right? And then the Ten of Wands, oh man, that was all about feeling completely overwhelmed, like you're carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders, doing all the things, but not really enjoying any of them, right? But then the Nine of Wands came along, and it was like, hey, you're still standing. You're resilient. You've got this. You know. It was that reminder that you're tougher than you think, that you have the strength to overcome any challenge, and that you were so close to a breakthrough. And then, bam, the Ace of Cups. This beautiful, overflowing cup of new beginnings, of emotional fulfillment, of just pure potential, right? But then the Four of Swords showed up, and it was like, okay, hold on a second. Before you dive headfirst into this new beginning, you need to take a breath. You need to rest. You need to recharge. You need to contemplate what you really want. Which, honestly, is so important. But then, the Nine of Swords. And that was bringing up all those anxieties, all those worries, all those sleepless nights, all those fears that were creeping back in, trying to sabotage your happiness, right? But now we have the sun. And it's like all of that darkness, all of that struggle, all of that anxiety is finally melting away. And you're stepping into this beautiful, bright, joyful new chapter of your life where everything just feels good. It's like the universe is saying, okay, you've done the work, you've faced your demons, you've learned your lessons, now it's time to shine. And the Lapis Lazuli Sun Crystal, that's been with you through this whole journey, right? Grounding you, helping you to stay clear, helping you to remember your purpose, helping you to stay connected to your truth. It's been like your anchor, your guiding light, your constant reminder that you are worthy of joy, you are capable of success, and you have the power to create the life of your dreams, yeah. So what does the sun actually mean for you? Like, practically speaking, well, it could mean so many things. I feel like, for some of you, this is about finding true love, like a really deep, meaningful connection with someone who just gets you, who loves you for who you are, who supports your dreams, who makes you feel safe and cherished. It's like you've been searching for this kind of love for so long, and now it's finally here. And it's not just any kind of love, it's that sun kind of love, that warm, radiant, joyful love that just makes you feel alive. And maybe you're even a little scared of it, right? Maybe you're so used to those devil card relationships, those toxic patterns, that you don't even know how to handle a healthy, loving relationship. But the sun is saying, don't be afraid, open your heart. Let this love in, you deserve it. Or, you know what else it could be? It could be about achieving a major career goal. Maybe you've been working towards this promotion for years. Maybe you've been dreaming of starting your own business. Maybe you've just been feeling stuck in a job that doesn't fulfill you, right? Well, the sun is saying, this is your time to shine. Go for it. You have the talent, you have the skills, you have the passion. You can do this. It's like all those obstacles that have been in your way are finally disappearing, and you're able to just move forward with confidence and ease. And honestly, after all that Ten of Wands energy, that feeling of being overwhelmed and burdened by your work, this is like a breath of fresh air. It's like you're finally able to do what you love, to make a difference in the world, and to get paid well for it. Yeah, and maybe, just maybe, this is about something even deeper than love or career. Maybe this is about finally finding that inner peace, that self-love, that sense of wholeness that you've been searching for your entire life. Maybe you've been so busy taking care of everyone else, so busy trying to please everyone that you've forgotten to take care of yourself, right? Well, the sun is saying, it's time to put yourself first. It's time to love yourself unconditionally. It's time to embrace your own unique beauty and worth, you know. And this isn't just some fluffy, feel-good message. This is about real, tangible self-love. It's about setting boundaries. It's about saying no to things that drain you. It's about making time for things that bring you joy. It's about treating yourself with the same kindness and compassion that you would offer to a friend. It's about recognizing that you are worthy of love, just as you are, right now in this moment. But okay, let's be real, okay? Because even with the sun, there's always a chance that those Nine of Swords anxieties are going to creep back in, right? It's like you're feeling so good, you're feeling so happy, and then suddenly that little voice in your head starts whispering, this is too good to be true. Something bad is going to happen. You don't deserve this. You know, and honestly, that's totally normal, especially after everything you've been through. It's like you're so used to the struggle that you don't even know how to handle things going well. But the key is to recognize those anxieties when they arise and to not let them control you. To remember the lessons you've learned, to stay grounded in your purpose, and to keep moving forward, one step at a time. Maybe you'll start to worry that you're not good enough, like that old devil card energy creeping back in. Maybe you'll start to feel overwhelmed again, like the Ten of Wands is just waiting around the corner. But the Sun is there to remind you that you are good enough, you are strong enough, and you do deserve to be happy. You've overcome so many challenges in the past, and you have the strength to overcome these too. And honestly, even if things do get tough again, even if you do have some setbacks, that doesn't mean that the sun is gone forever. It just means that you're human. It means that you're going through a temporary challenge, but you have the resources, the resilience, and the support to get through it. It's like, even on a cloudy day, the sun is still there, right? It's just hidden behind the clouds, and you know that it will eventually shine again. And that's where the lapis lazuli sun crystal comes in so powerfully, yeah. Because this joy, this happiness, this success, it's not just some fleeting emotion, it's something that's grounded in your truth, in your purpose, in your values. It's about building a life that's aligned with your soul, a life that's sustainable, a life that's truly fulfilling. It's not about chasing after external validation, it's about finding that inner joy, that inner peace, that inner sense of worth that comes from knowing who you are and what you're here to do. It's like the sun is shining from within you, not just on you. And that's a really important distinction, you know? Because external happiness can come and go, but inner joy, that's something that you can cultivate, that you can nurture, that you can carry with you always. And the lapis lazuli sun crystal is like a constant reminder of that inner light, of that inner strength, of that inner peace. It's like it's helping you to stay grounded in the present moment, to appreciate all the good things in your life, and to trust that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. So, my friend, how do you anchor to your purpose and fully embrace this sun energy? How do you make this joy sustainable? Here are a few concrete steps you can take, okay? First, get really clear on your values. What's truly important to you? What do you want to stand for? What kind of impact do you want to make on the world? When you're clear on your values, it's easier to make decisions that are aligned with your soul. Second, set some goals that are both challenging and inspiring. What do you want to achieve in your life? What do you want to create? What kind of experiences do you want to have? When you have clear goals, it gives you something to strive for, something to look forward to, something to keep you motivated. Third, surround yourself with people who support you, who believe in you, and who lift you up. It's so important to have a tribe of people who are cheering you on, who are encouraging you to pursue your dreams, and who are there for you when things get tough. Fourth, practice self-care every day. Make time for things that bring you joy, that help you to relax, and that nourish your soul. It could be anything from reading a book to taking a bath to going for a walk in nature. The key is to make self-care a priority, not just an afterthought. And fifth, and most importantly, trust yourself. Trust your intuition, trust your inner wisdom, trust that you know what's best for you. You are the expert on your own life, and you have the power to create the life of your dreams. So that's it, my friend. That's your reading. And honestly, I am so excited for you. I feel like you're on the verge of something truly amazing, something truly transformative, something truly joyful. You've worked so hard to get here, and you deserve all the good things that are coming your way. Just remember to stay grounded, to stay clear, to stay connected to your purpose, and to let your inner light shine brightly. You are worthy, you are capable, and you are loved. Go out there and create the life of your dreams. And remember, even if there are some cloudy days, the sun will always shine again. I believe in you. Hey there, Pile 2. If you were drawn to the smoky quartz dragon, welcome. This crystal is all about nurturing, which is perfect because this reading is focused on releasing limiting beliefs. Think of the dragon energy as powerful protection, ready to help you clear away obstacles so you can fully embrace your potential. Okay, so let's dive into the cards. We've got the Seven of Swords, Strength, and the Page of Wands. Ooh, this is juicy. Okay, so right off the bat, this feels like a journey. A journey from maybe feeling a little sneaky or unsure of yourself, all the way to stepping into your power and taking inspired action. Does that resonate at all? I feel like a lot of times, we hold ourselves back because, well, we're afraid. Afraid of what people will think, afraid of failing, afraid of succeeding even. And this combo of cards is all about moving through that fear. So let's break it down, card by card, and see what Spirit wants you to know. First up, we have the Seven of Swords. Now, this card can have a few different meanings, and honestly, it's not always the most comfortable card to see. At its core, the Seven of Swords is often about deception, secrets, or even feeling like you're trying to get away with something. Maybe you've been cutting corners at work, or perhaps you've been telling little white lies to avoid confrontation. It doesn't necessarily mean you're a bad person, not at all. It just means there might be some areas in your life where you're not being completely honest with yourself or others. And, we all do it sometimes, right? But here's where it gets interesting, and this is what I'm picking up for you. It's not necessarily about lying to other people. It's more like you're lying to yourself. You're deceiving yourself about what you really want or what you're truly capable of. Maybe you're telling yourself you're happy in your current job, even though deep down, you're feeling totally unfulfilled. Or perhaps you're saying you don't have time to pursue your passions, even though you spend hours scrolling through social media every day. Ouch, right? But trust me, I've been there too. We all have. Another way this card can show up is feeling like you're being sneaky or underhanded in some way. Are you gossiping behind people's backs? Are you taking credit for other people's ideas? Again, this isn't about judgment. It's about awareness. It's about shining a light on those little behaviors that might be holding you back from being your best self. And honestly, sometimes we don't even realize we're doing it. It's so ingrained in our habits, we just don't see it. The Seven of Swords can also represent feeling like you're in a situation where you have to be sneaky to get what you want. Like, you feel like you can't be direct or honest because you're afraid of the consequences. Maybe you're in a toxic work environment where you have to play the game to survive. Or perhaps you're in a relationship where you feel like you can't express your true feelings without causing a fight. But here's the thing, pile 2. This card is showing up for a reason. It's a wake-up call. It's an invitation to take a good, hard look at your life and identify where you might be engaging in these sneaky or deceptive behaviors. And more importantly, it's an invitation to ask yourself why. Why are you cutting corners? Why are you lying to yourself? Why do you feel like you have to be sneaky to get what you want? What are you afraid of? And this is where the nurturing energy of the smoky quartz comes in. This crystal is here to help you gently and compassionately confront these uncomfortable truths. It's here to remind you that you are worthy of honesty, integrity, and authenticity. You don't have to hide or deceive to get what you want. You have the power to create a life that is aligned with your values and your true self. So take some time to really reflect on this card, journal about it, meditate on it, talk to a trusted friend or therapist about it. Get clear on where you might be holding yourself back with these sneaky behaviors. And then, get ready to release them, because the next card is all about finding your inner strength, which brings us to the Strength card. This is such a beautiful and empowering card. After the sneakiness of the Seven of Swords, this is like a breath of fresh air. The Strength card isn't about physical strength. It's about inner strength, courage, compassion, and taming your inner beast. It's about finding the power within yourself to overcome challenges and live a life that is aligned with your values. And the way it's showing up after the Seven of Swords is really telling. Think about the imagery of the Strength card. Usually, you see a woman gently stroking a lion. She's not fighting the lion, she's not trying to control it. She's simply connecting with it, understanding it, and taming it with love and compassion. That lion represents your inner beast, your fears, your insecurities, your negative thoughts, your limiting beliefs. It's all the stuff that holds you back. And the woman represents your inner strength, your ability to manage those emotions, overcome those challenges, and live a life of purpose and meaning. So, how does this relate to the Seven of Swords? Well, remember how we talked about those sneaky behaviors and those lies you might be telling yourself? Those are all manifestations of your inner beast. They're the ways your fears and insecurities are playing out in your life. And the Strength card is here to tell you that you don't have to be controlled by those fears. You have the power to tame them. But taming your inner beast isn't about suppressing it or ignoring it. It's about acknowledging it, understanding it, and learning to work with it. It's about recognizing that your fears and insecurities are a part of you, but they don't define you. And it's about finding healthy ways to manage those emotions so they don't control your life. This is a huge step on your path. Maybe you start by practicing self-compassion. Instead of beating yourself up for your mistakes, you treat yourself with kindness and understanding. You remind yourself that everyone makes mistakes, and it's okay to not be perfect. Or maybe you start setting healthy boundaries. You learn to say no to things that drain your energy or compromise your values. You prioritize your own needs and well-being. The Strength card is also about having courage. It takes courage to confront your fears, to challenge your limiting beliefs, and to step outside of your comfort zone. But the more you do it, the easier it becomes. And the more you realize that you are capable of so much more than you ever thought possible. And this is where the nurturing energy of the smoky quartz comes in again. This crystal is here to support you on your journey to inner strength. It's here to remind you that you are not alone. You have the power within yourself to overcome any challenge. And you are surrounded by love and support. You just need to tap into it. So, embrace the energy of the Strength card. Connect with your inner power. Tame your inner beast with love and compassion. And get ready to step into your full potential. Because the next card is all about taking inspired action. Finally, we have the Page of Wands. Woohoo! This card is pure, unadulterated excitement, enthusiasm, and new beginnings. It's about taking a chance, exploring your passions, and stepping into your creativity. After the introspection of the Seven of Swords and the inner work of the Strength card, the Page of Wands is like a burst of energy, urging you to get out there and do something. The Page of Wands is all about new ideas and inspiration. You might be feeling a strong urge to start a new project, learn a new skill, or explore a new area of interest. Maybe you've been wanting to write a book, start a business, or travel the world. This card is a sign that now is the time to go for it. Don't be afraid to take a leap of faith and follow your passions. But the Page of Wands is also about taking action. It's not enough to just have ideas. You need to actually do something with them. This card is urging you to get moving, to start experimenting, to try new things. Don't worry about being perfect. Just focus on taking small steps forward and see where they lead you. Think of the Page of Wands as a spark of inspiration that ignites a fire within you. It's that feeling of excitement and possibility that makes you want to jump out of bed in the morning and tackle the day. And it's showing up here to let you know that you're on the right track. You've done the inner work. You've tamed your inner beast. Now it's time to unleash your creativity and share your gifts with the world. How does this connect with the other cards? Well, remember the Seven of Swords and those sneaky behaviors. The Page of Wands is here to help you break free from those patterns. Instead of cutting corners or lying to yourself, you're now embracing your authenticity and pursuing your passions with honesty and integrity. And remember the Strength card and that inner power you discovered. The Page of Wands is here to help you channel that power into inspired action. You're no longer held back by your fears and insecurities. You're now confident and courageous, ready to take on any challenge. So embrace the energy of the Page of Wands. Follow your passions, take a chance, and step into your creativity. Don't be afraid to experiment, to fail, and to learn from your mistakes. Just keep moving forward with enthusiasm and excitement. And trust that you are exactly where you need to be. And again, the Smoky Quartz is here to support you every step of the way. Its nurturing energy will help you stay grounded and focused as you pursue your dreams. It will help you release any remaining limiting beliefs and embrace your full potential. Okay, so let's weave it all together. The Seven of Swords revealed some hidden truths, maybe some self-deception. The Strength card helped you find your inner power and tame your inner beast. And now, the Page of Wands is urging you to take inspired action and pursue your passions with courage and enthusiasm. This is a powerful combination, piled 2. It's a journey from darkness to light, from fear to courage, from self-doubt to self-confidence. This truly embodies releasing limiting beliefs, because each card builds upon the previous one, showing a clear path toward breaking free from whatever has been holding you back. What I'm seeing for you is that you're on the verge of a major breakthrough. You're about to step into a new chapter of your life, where you're finally living in alignment with your true self. You're no longer held back by your fears and insecurities. You're now free to pursue your dreams with passion and purpose. How exciting is that? So, trust the journey, embrace the challenges, and know that you are supported every step of the way. The universe is conspiring to help you succeed. You just need to believe in yourself and take action. And the nurturing energy of the smoky quartz is here to remind you that you are worthy of all the good things that are coming your way. You are strong, you are capable, and you are loved. Now, go out there and create the life of your dreams. Wow, okay, that was intense. I feel like there's even more here, especially around how these cards might play out in specific areas of your life, like career or relationships. I'm really getting a sense that this is just the beginning of an incredible transformation for you. So let's pull some more cards to dig a little deeper, okay? Alright, so next up, we have Temperance. Ooh, this is a really interesting card to get right now. Temperance, at its heart, is all about balance, harmony, and finding your flow. It's about bringing together different aspects of yourself and your life to create something beautiful and sustainable. It's like, when you're cooking, and you have to add just the right amount of each ingredient to make the dish taste amazing. That's temperance in a nutshell. So, how does this fit in with everything we've already seen? Well, think about it. We started with the Seven of Swords, which was all about uncovering those sneaky behaviors and self-deceptions. Then we moved into the Strength card, where you found your inner power and learned to tame your inner beast. And then, bam! The Page of Wands came along, urging you to take inspired action and pursue your passions. But here's the thing, that Page of Wands energy can be intense. It can be so exciting that you just want to jump in head first and do everything all at once. And that's amazing, but it's not always sustainable. You can't run a marathon at a sprint, right? You'll burn out. And that's where Temperance comes in. It's like a gentle reminder to slow down, take a breath, and find a more balanced approach. It's about integrating all those different energies and finding a rhythm that works for you. Maybe you've been so focused on releasing those limiting beliefs and stepping into your power that you've been pushing yourself too hard. You've been saying yes to everything, trying to do it all, and neglecting your own needs in the process. And Temperance is showing up to say, hey, it's okay to slow down. It's okay to take a break. You don't have to do everything all at once. This is so important, and I feel it so strongly for you. It's like the universe is saying, you've got this, but you need to pace yourself. Another way to look at Temperance is as a card of integration. You've uncovered some hidden truths about yourself with the Seven of Swords, right? You've acknowledged those sneaky behaviors and self-deceptions. And now, you need to integrate those insights into your life. You can't just pretend they didn't happen. You need to learn from them and use them to create a more authentic and aligned version of yourself. It's so key to actually let that self-knowledge change you. And the Strength card, that's all about taming your inner beast. But taming your inner beast doesn't mean getting rid of it altogether. It means learning to work with it, to understand it, and to channel its energy in a positive way. It's about finding a balance between your wild side and your more controlled side. Maybe you've got that fire now, but how do you control it? And Temperance is guiding you there. The Page of Wands is urging you to take inspired action and pursue your passions. But what happens when that initial excitement starts to fade? What happens when the challenges start to arise? Temperance is here to help you stay grounded and focused, even when things get tough. It's about finding a sustainable way to pursue your dreams, one that doesn't lead to burnout or overwhelm. Temperance is all about finding that sweet spot where you're challenged but not overwhelmed, where you're growing but not pushing yourself too hard. It's almost like finding the pace of your growth, right? Not too fast, not too slow. Just right. Now, in terms of releasing limiting beliefs, Temperance can show up in a few different ways. Maybe you have a limiting belief that you have to be perfect, that you have to do everything perfectly, or else you're a failure. Temperance is here to challenge that belief. It's here to remind you that it's okay to make mistakes, that it's okay to be imperfect, and that it's through those imperfections that we actually grow and learn. We always think we have to be perfect, or we will fail, but that's just not true. Or maybe you have a limiting belief that you have to do everything yourself, that you can't ask for help, or else you're weak. Temperance is here to challenge that belief too. It's here to remind you that it's okay to ask for help, that it's okay to lean on others, and that it's through collaboration and support that we can actually achieve our greatest goals. Like, seriously, we don't have to do it alone. Another possibility is that you have a limiting belief that you have to sacrifice your own needs and well-being in order to please others. Temperance is here to say, no way, you deserve to prioritize your own needs and well-being. You can't pour from an empty cup. It's okay to say no, it's okay to set boundaries, and it's okay to take care of yourself. So, how does the nurturing energy of the smoky quartz dragon fit into all of this? Well, think about it. Temperance is all about finding balance and harmony. And sometimes, finding that balance can be challenging. It can require us to make difficult choices, to say no to things that don't serve us, and to prioritize our own needs. And that's where the nurturing energy of the smoky quartz comes in. It's here to provide you with the support and comfort you need to make those difficult choices. It's here to remind you that you are worthy of love and compassion, both from yourself and from others. It's like having that gentle, loving dragon right there with you, whispering encouragement. This crystal can help you stay grounded and centered as you navigate the ups and downs of life. It can help you release any feelings of guilt or shame that might be holding you back from prioritizing your own needs. And it can help you cultivate a deeper sense of self-compassion, which is essential for finding balance and harmony. It can be so hard to be kind to ourselves. You know, we are so quick to judge. But the smoky quartz is like a little reminder to be gentle with yourself. So, what can you do to embrace the energy of temperance in your life right now? Well, start by taking a good, hard look at your life and identifying any areas where you might be feeling out of balance. Are you working too much? Are you neglecting your relationships? Are you sacrificing your own needs for the sake of others? Once you've identified those areas, start making small changes to bring more balance into your life. Maybe you start by setting aside some time each day for self-care. Maybe you start saying no to commitments that drain your energy. Maybe you start asking for help when you need it. The key is to be patient with yourself and to take things one step at a time. You don't have to change everything overnight. Just focus on making small, sustainable changes that will gradually bring more balance and harmony into your life. And remember to be kind to yourself along the way. You're doing the best you can, and that's enough. Temperance is a reminder that life is a journey, not a destination. It's about finding joy in the process, about learning from our mistakes, and about growing into the best version of ourselves. It is easy to get caught up in outcomes. So embrace the energy of temperance, pile 2. Find your flow, integrate your experiences, release your limiting beliefs, and trust that you are exactly where you need to be on your journey. The universe is supporting you every step of the way. You've got your smoky quartz dragon, you've got your inner strength, and you've got the wisdom of temperance to guide you. You are so supported. Okay, wow, this is getting so good. I feel like we're really getting to the heart of what's been holding you back. I'm almost afraid to ask, but I'm also super curious. What's next? Let's pull another card and see what other wisdom spirit has to share, okay? Okay, here we go. And we have the King of Cups. Ooh, this is interesting, really interesting after temperance. Okay, so the King of Cups at its core is all about emotional maturity, balance in your emotional life, compassion, and really just mastering your feelings, you know. It's about being that calm, steady presence, even when things get really intense. So, how does this fit in with everything else we've seen so far, right? We started with the 7 of Swords, which, remember, was about uncovering those little sneaky behaviors and maybe even some self-deception. Then we moved into the Strength card, where you really tapped into your inner power, you know, You learn to tame that inner beast, find that courage. And then the Page of Wands came along, and that was all about taking inspired action, following your passions with just like unbridled enthusiasm. And then Temperance showed up, reminding you to find that balance, find your flow, integrate everything, right? Now, the King of Cups is like the next level. It's about taking all of that self-awareness, all of that inner strength, all of that inspired action, all of that balance, and grounding it in your emotions. It's about becoming the master of your own emotional domain. Think of it like you've learned all the steps to the dance, and now you're really embodying the music, right? You know, with the Seven of Swords, there might have been some emotional dishonesty going on, right? Maybe you were hiding your true feelings from yourself or others. But the King of Cups is saying, no more. It's time to be honest with yourself about what you're feeling. Acknowledge your emotions, validate them, and allow yourself to feel them fully without judgment. You know, it's okay to feel sad. It's okay to feel angry. It's okay to feel scared. The King of Cups knows that all emotions are valid and that they all serve a purpose. And the Strength card, that's all about taming your inner beast, right? Well, the King of Cups takes that a step further. It's not just about taming your emotions. It's about understanding them, working with them, and using them to create a more compassionate and fulfilling life. It's about transforming those raw emotions into wisdom and empathy. You know, it's like turning lead into gold, right? With the Page of Wands, there's that spark of inspiration, that urge to take action. But the King of Cups adds a layer of emotional intelligence to that fire. It's about making sure that your actions are aligned with your values and your emotions. It's about leading with your heart as well as your head. It's about being passionate but also compassionate, you know? And with Temperance, we learned about finding balance in all areas of our lives. The King of Cups is about finding that same balance within our emotions. It's about not getting too caught up in the highs or too bogged down in the lows. It's about finding that steady, calm center, no matter what's going on around you. Think of a boat in a storm, you know? The King of Cups is like the anchor that keeps you grounded, even when the waves are crashing all around. So, how does this relate to releasing limiting beliefs? Well, so many of our limiting beliefs are rooted in our emotions, right? Maybe you have a limiting belief that you're not good enough, and that belief is fueled by feelings of insecurity and self-doubt. Or maybe you have a limiting belief that you don't deserve love, and that belief is fueled by feelings of shame and unworthiness. The King of Cups is here to help you challenge those limiting beliefs by mastering your emotions and by cultivating self-compassion, right? When you're able to understand and manage your emotions, you're less likely to be controlled by those limiting beliefs. You're able to see them for what they are, just thoughts and feelings that are passing through, not absolute truths. And you're able to choose to respond to them in a way that is more empowering and aligned with your true self. It's like, okay, I feel this way, but that doesn't mean it's true, you know? The King of Cups is also about setting healthy emotional boundaries. This is huge. Maybe you have a tendency to take on other people's emotions, to become a sponge for their feelings. Or maybe you have a hard time saying no to people, even when you're feeling overwhelmed or depleted. The King of Cups is here to remind you that it's okay to protect your emotional energy. It's okay to say no to things that drain you, and it's okay to prioritize your own emotional well-being. You cannot help anyone else if you are running on empty, you know. This card is showing you that, like, you can be compassionate without being a doormat. You can be empathetic without taking on other people's problems as your own. You can be supportive without sacrificing your own needs. It's all about finding that balance, right? It's about knowing when to give and when to receive, when to help and when to step back. Now, let's think about how this might play out in specific areas of your life, like relationships, for example. If you're in a relationship, the King of Cups can represent a time of deeper emotional connection and intimacy. It's about being vulnerable with your partner, sharing your true feelings, and creating a safe space for them to do the same. It's about communicating with compassion and understanding, even when you disagree. But it can also mean setting those healthy boundaries we talked about. It's about knowing what you need in the relationship and communicating those needs clearly and respectfully. It's about not being afraid to ask for what you want and not being afraid to say no to what you don't want. It's about creating a relationship that is both loving and sustainable. If you're single, the King of Cups can represent a time of preparing yourself for a healthy and fulfilling relationship. It's about working on your own emotional well-being, healing any past wounds, and releasing any limiting beliefs about love. It's about becoming the kind of person you want to attract. And it's about being open to meeting someone who is emotionally mature, compassionate, and balanced. In terms of your career, the King of Cups can represent a time of leading with empathy and compassion. It's about creating a positive and supportive work environment where people feel valued and respected. It's about being a good listener, a fair decision maker, and a mentor to others. But it's also about setting healthy boundaries at work. It's about not overworking yourself, not taking on too much responsibility, and not letting your work life consume your personal life. It's about finding that balance between being productive and being present. And in terms of your personal growth, the King of Cups is a powerful reminder that emotional well-being is essential for overall well-being. It's about prioritizing self-care, practicing mindfulness, and cultivating self-compassion. It's about learning to manage your stress, cope with difficult emotions, and build resilience. It's about creating a life that is both meaningful and fulfilling. Now, how does the nurturing energy of the smoky quartz dragon fit into all of this? Well, the King of Cups, for all his emotional mastery, can sometimes be a bit reserved. He can be so focused on maintaining his composure that he forgets to let himself feel joy or express vulnerability. The smoky quartz dragon is here to soften that energy, to remind you that it's okay to be vulnerable, to be expressive, and to let your emotions flow freely, right? It is there to support you in connecting with your emotions, to remind you that they are a source of strength and wisdom. Also, the smoky quartz can help ground the sometimes airy, intellectual energy of the King of Cups. It reminds you to connect with your body, to feel your emotions in your physical being, and to trust your intuition. The dragon energy provides that protection as you explore some of the harder, more hidden emotions, right? So, Pile 2, what can you do to really embrace the energy of the King of Cups right now? Well, start by taking some time to really connect with your emotions. Sit quietly, close your eyes, and just notice what you're feeling. Don't judge your emotions, don't try to change them, just allow yourself to feel them fully. You might want to journal about your emotions, talk to a trusted friend or therapist, or engage in some kind of creative expression, like painting, writing, or dancing, right? Then, start practicing self-compassion. Treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding that you would offer to a dear friend. Forgive yourself for your mistakes, celebrate your successes, and remind yourself that you are worthy of love and happiness. Then, examine your boundaries. Where are you giving too much? Where are you not giving enough? And adjust accordingly. This card is like the permission slip to finally set those boundaries you've been putting off. The King of Cups is inviting you to become the master of your own emotional domain. It's about taking responsibility for your feelings, setting healthy boundaries, and leading with compassion. This card shows you how to release limiting beliefs by mastering your emotions and cultivating self-compassion. You can create a life that is both meaningful and fulfilling, one where you're empowered. Wow, this is really powerful stuff, Pile 2. I feel like this is a real turning point in your journey. You're on the verge of something amazing. Now I am just so excited and curious. What's the very last piece of the puzzle? Let's pull the final card and see what Spirit wants you to know, okay? I am so ready. Okay, and the final card, the one that Spirit knows about your path, is the Star. Ooh, Pile 2, this is beautiful. This is like, after all that emotional processing, after finding that balance, you're now being guided by hope. You're being guided by faith, and there is so much healing energy around you right now. So the Star, in its essence, is all about renewed hope, inspiration, faith in the future, and that deep sense of knowing that everything is going to be okay, It's like, after a long, dark night, you finally see the first glimmer of dawn. It's that feeling of, Ah, yes, there is light at the end of the tunnel. So how does this connect to the King of Cups and everything else we've seen? Well, think about it. The King of Cups was all about mastering your emotions, setting healthy boundaries, and leading with compassion, right? And the Star is like, now that you've done that inner work, you're ready to receive the blessings of the universe. You're ready to open yourself up to new possibilities and to trust that you're being guided towards your highest good. It's like, now that you've cleaned out all the gunk from the emotional pipes, the clear, sparkling water of hope can finally flow through, you know? And remember the Seven of Swords. That was all about uncovering those sneaky behaviors and self-deceptions. The Star is like, now that you've been honest with yourself, you can finally see your true potential. You can finally believe in yourself and your ability to create a beautiful life. It's like, the lies have faded away and you can see yourself clearly, shining brightly, you know. And remember that strength card, finding your inner power. The Star is saying, yes, you have that power and now you can use it to manifest your dreams. It's like, you've tamed your inner beast and now you can ride that energy towards a brighter future, you know. And what about the Page of Wands, that spark of inspiration? The Star is like, that spark is now a guiding light, leading you towards your true purpose. It's like you've got that excitement, that passion, and now you have the faith and the hope to keep you going, even when things get tough. It's like, the initial fire is now a steady flame, guiding you on your path, you know. And Temperance, finding that balance. The Star is saying that balance is now creating a space for miracles to happen. It's like, you've created harmony in your life, and now the universe can step in and shower you with blessings. It's like, you've created the perfect conditions for good things to grow, you know. So the Star is really about having faith, even when you can't see the whole picture. It's about trusting that the universe has your back, even when things seem chaotic or uncertain. It's about knowing that you are always supported, always loved, and always guided. And you know, that's not always easy, right? Especially when you're in the midst of a challenge. But the Star is here to remind you that you have the inner strength to get through anything, and that there is always hope for a brighter future. It's like, even when you're stumbling in the dark, there's always a star to guide your way, you know? Another thing about the Star is that it's often associated with healing. So this could be a time of deep emotional healing for you, pile 2. Maybe you're releasing old wounds, letting go of past hurts, and forgiving yourself and others. It's like you're finally clearing out all the emotional baggage so you can move forward with a lighter heart, you know? And this healing can extend to other areas of your life as well. Maybe you're healing a physical ailment, mending a broken relationship, or finding peace with a difficult situation. The Star is saying that whatever you're going through, healing is possible, and you are on the right path. It's like you're putting the pieces back together, and you're creating something even more beautiful than before, you know? The Star is also a card of spiritual connection. It's about tapping into your intuition, listening to your inner guidance, and connecting with something bigger than yourself. Maybe you're feeling drawn to meditation, yoga, or other spiritual practices. Or maybe you're simply spending more time in nature, connecting with the beauty and wonder of the world around you. The Star is saying that this is a time to nurture your spiritual side and to trust that you are being guided by a higher power. It's like you're plugging back into the source and you're receiving all the wisdom and guidance you need, you know. And how does this all tie into releasing limiting beliefs? Well, limiting beliefs often stem from fear, doubt, and a lack of faith in ourselves and the universe. The Star is the antidote to all of that. It's about replacing those negative beliefs with positive ones, about trusting in your own potential, and about knowing that anything is possible. It's like you're rewriting the script of your life, and you're creating a new story filled with hope, joy, and abundance, you know. Maybe you've been telling yourself that you're not good enough, that you're not worthy of love, or that you'll never achieve your dreams. The Star is here to challenge those beliefs and to remind you that you are amazing, you are worthy, and you are capable of anything you set your mind to. It's like you're breaking free from those old patterns and stepping into a new reality where anything is possible, you know. And let's bring in the nurturing energy of the smoky quartz dragon. The dragon is all about protection and clearing away obstacles, right? And the star is like, the dragon is now guiding you towards your dreams, protecting you from anything that might hold you back. It's like you've got this powerful, loving force watching over you, making sure you stay on the right path, you know? The smoky quartz is also about grounding and stability. The star can be a bit dreamy and idealistic, so the smoky quartz helps to bring that energy down to earth, to make it more practical and achievable. It's like you're combining the magic of the star with the groundedness of the earth, and you're creating something truly powerful, you know? So, how might this play out in different areas of your life? In relationships, the star can represent a time of renewed hope and faith in love. Maybe you're healing from a past heartbreak and opening yourself up to new possibilities. Or maybe you're deepening the connection with your current partner and creating a more loving and fulfilling relationship. The star is saying that love is possible and you deserve to be happy. It's like you're attracting the kind of love you've always dreamed of, you know. In your career, the star can represent a time of finding your true calling and pursuing your passions with faith and enthusiasm. Maybe you're starting a new job, launching a new business, or finally pursuing that creative project you've always dreamed of. The star is saying that you have the talent and the potential to succeed, and that the universe is supporting you every step of the way. It's like you're finally living your purpose, and the world is opening up to you, you know. And in terms of personal growth, the star is a powerful reminder to trust in yourself, to believe in your dreams, and to never give up hope. It's about embracing your unique gifts, sharing your light with the world, and knowing that you are making a difference. The star is saying that you are a beacon of hope, and your light is needed in the world. It's like you're shining your true colors, and you're inspiring others to do the same, you know? So, Pile 2, embrace the energy of the star. Have faith, trust in the universe, and know that you are being guided towards your highest good. Release those limiting beliefs, heal your wounds, and open yourself up to all the wonderful possibilities that are coming your way. You are a star, and you are meant to shine. I'm so excited for you. You are on an incredible path. Oh my gosh, now I'm just like buzzing with energy. I need to know, like, what does all of this really mean for you, like practically? Are there specific actions you need to take? Are there any challenges you need to be aware of? What's the next step? I'm dying to know. Let's pull just one more card to get some clarity, okay? What does Spirit want you to do with all this amazing energy? I am seriously on the edge of my seat. Okay, here we go, Pile 2. The final card to show you what Spirit knows about your path is the Four of Pentacles. Interesting. Okay, so the Four of Pentacles at its core is often about security, stability, holding on to what you have, you know, possessions, resources, things like that. But it can also be about feeling a little stuck, maybe a little bit greedy, or even fearful of losing what you have, you know. So how does this fit in with everything else we've seen so far, like with the star and all that amazing energy? Well, that's what we're gonna unpack. Think about it. The star was all about hope, faith, healing, and knowing that everything's going to be okay, right? The King of Cups was about mastering your emotions and showing up for yourself. And the Four of Pentacles is like, okay, now that you have all this hope and emotional stability, how are you going to use it in the real world, right? Like, how are you going to create a secure and stable foundation for yourself? You know, the star is like looking up at the sky and dreaming, and the Four of Pentacles is like planting your feet firmly on the ground, so you can actually build something, right? So what I'm seeing here is that, after all that emotional and spiritual work, you might be feeling a strong urge to create some solid, tangible results in your life, you know. You might be wanting to secure your finances, build a stable home, or create a sense of security in your relationships. And that's great. But the Four of Pentacles is also a little bit of a warning, you know? It's saying, be careful not to get too attached to your possessions or your sense of security. Don't let fear of loss drive your decisions, you know. Don't become so focused on holding on to what you have that you miss out on new opportunities. Don't hold on to what you have so hard that you stifle your own progress. Like, remember the Seven of Swords. That was all about those sneaky behaviors and self-deceptions, right? The Four of Pentacles is saying, make sure you're not holding on to things out of fear or insecurity. Are you staying in a job you hate just because it's stable? Are you clinging to a relationship that's no longer serving you because you're afraid of being alone? Are you hoarding your resources because you don't trust that you'll always have enough? See what I mean? Like it's all tied together, you know? And the Strength card, finding your inner power. The Four of Pentacles is like, now use that power to create a secure and stable life for yourself, but don't let that security become a cage. Don't let fear of the unknown hold you back from taking risks or pursuing your passions. You've tamed your inner beast. Remember the fire you have inside, that spark and zest for life. Don't let that inner fire slowly diminish to embers by holding yourself back. You are ready to build and grow now. And the Page of Wands, that spark of inspiration and taking action. The Four of Pentacles is like, now channel that energy into building something that will last. Don't just chase every shiny new idea that comes along. Focus on creating a solid foundation for your dreams. Take that spark and build it into a roaring bonfire for all to bask in. Now is the time to let it roar, but to always maintain a steady hand on the reins. You are so close to fulfilling those dreams. And Temperance, finding that balance. The Four of Pentacles is saying, now find a balance between security and freedom. It's okay to want stability, but don't let that desire for stability stifle your creativity or your sense of adventure. You've found that all-important balance that is necessary for creation. But remember, creation can also be in the small things. You don't have to create the next Mona Lisa to be considered a success. Just keep making. And the King of Cups, mastering your emotions. The Four of Pentacles is like, now use that emotional intelligence to create secure and fulfilling relationships. Don't let fear of vulnerability keep you from opening up to others, but don't let your emotions control you either. Keep setting boundaries, be open to new beginnings. Don't be afraid to cut out the parts that are causing you pain. You are the King of Cups, don't forget it. So, what I'm seeing here is that this is a time for you to be smart with your resources, to build a solid foundation for your future, and to create a sense of security in your life, you know. But it's also a time to be mindful of your motivations, to make sure you're not holding on to things out of fear or insecurity. Be careful not to let your desire for security stifle your creativity or your sense of adventure, or cause you to become inflexible. Now, let's think about how this might play out in specific areas of your life, right? Like in terms of your finances, this could be a time to focus on saving money, paying off debt, and creating a solid financial plan, right? But it's also a time to be generous, to share your abundance with others, and to invest in things that you believe in. Don't become a miser, hoarding your wealth out of fear. Use your resources wisely and generously. Don't just let them sit there, you know? I'm getting a feeling that you are more than willing to share, so don't dim that light. In terms of your career, this could be a time to focus on building a stable and secure career path, right? Maybe you're looking for a job with good benefits and job security, or maybe you're focusing on building your skills and expertise so you can advance in your current role. But it's also a time to be open to new opportunities, to take risks, and to pursue your passions, even if they seem a little scary. Don't let fear of failure hold you back from pursuing your dreams. You have come so far. Don't let that spark fade. In terms of your relationships, this could be a time to focus on building strong and lasting relationships, right? Maybe you're investing in your friendships, spending quality time with your family, or deepening your connection with your romantic partner. But it's also a time to be open to new connections, to let go of relationships that are no longer serving you, and to be vulnerable and authentic in your interactions with others. Don't let fear of rejection keep you from opening your heart. You are worthy of love and connection. So, pile 2, the key here is balance, right? It's about finding a way to create security and stability in your life without becoming too attached to your possessions or your sense of security. It's about being smart with your resources, but also being generous and open to new opportunities. And how does the nurturing energy of the smoky quartz dragon fit into all of this? Well, the The smoky quartz is all about grounding and protection, right? And that's exactly what you need right now. You need to stay grounded in your values, to stay true to yourself, and to protect yourself from anything that might threaten your sense of security, right? The dragon is there to help you release any fears or anxieties you might have about money, success, or relationships. It's there to remind you that you are safe, you are loved, and you are always supported. It's also a perfect stone to help you realize that you are worthy of everything that you have. So many of us have a really hard time believing that. So what can you do to embrace the energy of the Four of Pentacles in a healthy and balanced way, right? Well, start by taking stock of your resources. What do you have? What do you need? And how can you use your resources wisely to create a more secure and stable life for yourself? It's about assessing where you are and where you want to be. Then, examine your motivations. Why are you holding on to the things you're holding on to? Is it out of love or out of fear? And how can you release any attachments that are no longer serving you? Seriously consider this. It may be hard to realize you are holding on to something for the wrong reasons. And finally, be open to new opportunities. Don't let fear of the unknown hold you back from pursuing your passions or taking risks. Trust that the universe has your back and that you are always being guided towards your highest good. The key word for you is trust. Seriously, you will be fine if you just learn to trust. The Four of Pentacles is a reminder that security is important, but it's not the only thing that matters. It's about finding a balance between security and freedom, between stability and adventure, between holding on and letting go. And with the nurturing energy of the smoky quartz dragon by your side, you can create a life that is both secure and fulfilling. Okay, wow. This has been such an insightful reading, Pile 2. I feel like you've gained some real clarity about your path and what you need to do to release those limiting beliefs. And with this crystal by your side, you can handle anything. I am so excited to see what you do with all this. I feel like there is even more to uncover here. I'm sensing some specific challenges that you might face along the way, and some specific actions you can take to overcome them. So, let's pull one more card to get some guidance on that, okay? What potential challenges might Pile 2 face, and what can they do to overcome them? Okay, Pile 2, so we've reached the very last card. And this is really about what might be standing in your way as you integrate everything and really claim this amazing path that's opening up for you. What's kind of lurking, right? The Ten of Swords, showing a need to find that balance between hope and practical action. It's about avoiding getting stuck, about fear, about everything we've been discussing. So let's dive in. Coming right off the heels of the Star card, that's all about hope and inspiration and faith. It's like this card is almost a little bit of a reality check, you know. It's saying, okay, you've got all this amazing energy, all this potential, all this hope, but how are you actually going to make it happen in the real world? What's a practical step that you are taking towards this? Because the universe is really supporting you here. The key message I am getting here is to watch out for self-sabotage. With the Star, it's easy to get caught up in the dream, in the vision, in the hope of what could be, you know. But the Ten of Swords is saying, don't let that blind you to the potential challenges that might arise. Don't let it stop you from taking the necessary steps to ground your dreams in reality. It's easy to get caught up in the possibilities, but the universe wants you to move forward. It also feels like you may be prone to pushing yourself too hard and then burning out. So remember temperance and find that perfect balance to help yourself out. So what are some of those potential challenges, right? What might you need to watch out for? Well, the first thing that comes to mind is fear. The fear of failure, the fear of success, the fear of the unknown, you know. Fear can be a really powerful force, and it can manifest in all sorts of sneaky ways. It can cause you to procrastinate, to second-guess yourself, to sabotage your own efforts, to push yourself too hard. It's like, you know, you're so afraid of failing that you don't even try. And you know what? You won't fail, Pile 2. You really won't. The energy here says it all. Or maybe you're afraid of succeeding, afraid of what that might mean for your life, afraid of the responsibility that comes with success. Or maybe you're just afraid of stepping outside of your comfort zone, afraid of the unknown. You might be afraid of not knowing what's coming next. Trust. Another challenge could be getting too attached to your comfort zone. Maybe you've created a life that feels safe and secure, but it's also a little bit stagnant, you know? Maybe you're in a job that you don't really love, but it pays the bills. Or maybe you're in a relationship that's comfortable, but it's not really fulfilling. The Ten of Swords is saying, don't let that comfort zone become a prison. Don't let fear of change hold you back from pursuing your dreams. You might be holding on to old beliefs or patterns that are no longer serving you. It's so easy to get stuck in our ways, to keep doing things the way we've always done them, even when they're not working. Maybe you're still carrying around limiting beliefs about yourself, about your abilities, about what's possible for you. Maybe you're still clinging to old resentments or grudges. You are worthy. The Ten of Swords is encouraging you to let go of anything that's holding you back, to release those old patterns and beliefs, and to create space for new and better things to come into your life. It's like clearing out the clutter in your mind so you can see the path ahead more clearly, right? Really. Procrastination is another big one. It's so easy to put things off, to tell yourself you'll get to it later, especially when you're feeling overwhelmed or uncertain. But procrastination can be a real killer of dreams. It can cause you to miss opportunities, to lose momentum, and to feel like you're never really getting anywhere. The Ten of Swords is urging you to break free from the cycle of procrastination and to start taking action, even if it's just small steps, even if it feels a little scary. Every little bit counts. Another potential challenge is perfectionism. Maybe you have a tendency to strive for perfection in everything you do, to beat yourself up when you fall short, to get paralyzed by the fear of making mistakes. But perfectionism is a myth. Nobody's perfect, and striving for perfection can actually hold you back from achieving your goals. It is much better to stumble forward than to not move at all. The Ten of Swords is reminding you that it's okay to make mistakes, it's okay to be imperfect, and it's okay to learn as you go. In fact, mistakes are often the best teachers. They are here to guide you, to make you into a stronger person. So how does all of this connect back to the other cards we've pulled, right? Remember the Seven of Swords and those sneaky behaviors. Well, the Ten of Swords is saying, don't try to cut corners or take shortcuts. Be honest with yourself and with others, and do things the right way, even if it takes a little longer. If you take shortcuts, you will only hurt yourself in the long run. It's true. And the Strength card, finding your inner power. The Ten of Swords is like, now use that power to overcome these challenges. You are stronger than you think you are, and you have the ability to handle anything that comes your way. It's all about finding your own inner spark. And the Page of Wands, that spark of inspiration. The Ten of Swords is saying, don't let that spark fade. Keep that fire burning, even when things get tough. Keep pursuing your passions, keep exploring new possibilities, and keep believing in yourself. Don't let anyone or anything put out that inner light. And Temperance, finding that balance. The Ten of Swords is like, now find a balance between pushing yourself and taking care of yourself. Don't burn yourself out trying to achieve your goals. Make sure you're getting enough rest, eating healthy, and doing things that bring you joy. Otherwise, you will burn out. You cannot push too hard without resting. And the King of Cups, mastering your emotions. The Ten of Swords is saying, now use that emotional intelligence to navigate these challenges. Don't let your emotions control you, but don't suppress them either. Acknowledge your feelings, process them in a healthy way, and let them guide you towards making wise decisions. You know what you need. And the Star, that hope and inspiration. The Ten of Swords is like, now hold on to that hope, even when things get difficult. Trust that the universe has your back, and that you are being guided towards your highest good. You're on the right path, and everything is going to be okay, you know. So what can you do to overcome these potential challenges, right? What are some practical steps you can take? Well, the first thing is to become aware of your own patterns and tendencies. Start paying attention to when you're procrastinating, when you're getting too attached to your comfort zone, when you're letting fear control your decisions. The more aware you are of these patterns, the easier it will be to break free from them. Then, start challenging those limiting beliefs. Ask yourself, are these beliefs really true? Where did they come from? And are they really serving me? If not, it's time to let them go. There is absolutely no reason to keep them around if they are hurting you. Break your goals down into smaller, more manageable steps. Instead of trying to do everything at once, focus on taking one small step each day. This will make the process feel less overwhelming and more achievable. Celebrate your progress along the way, no matter how small. And remember to be kind to yourself. You're not going to be perfect, and you're going to make mistakes. That's okay. Just learn from those mistakes and keep moving forward. You're on the right path. Now, let's bring in the nurturing energy of the smoky quartz dragon. This crystal is here to support you in overcoming these challenges. It's here to help you release your fears, to stay grounded in your truth, and to trust in your own power. Hold your smoky quartz, close your eyes, and visualize yourself facing these challenges with courage and grace. Feel the strength and protection of the dragon surrounding you, guiding you, and empowering you. You can do this. Pile 2, you are on an amazing journey, and you have everything you need to succeed. Just remember to stay grounded, stay true to yourself, and never give up hope. You have so much support, and you are ready to soar. I am so excited to see what you create. Now go out there and shine.